T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready? Apparently the soundboard's not ready. All right, whatever. It's going to be that kind of night. You can tell when things start going wrong. How you all doing tonight? Welcome to Live from the Cheap Seats. The draft is over. The draft is over. It's time. We got our brand new Buccaneers. We got we've got an improved team from a Super Bowl champion. Can you believe that? We have an improved team. How do you like the picks? I want to talk to you guys about the picks. We got so much stuff to go over. We've got all kinds of goodies to discuss. So I want to know about you. I want to know what you guys think about Joe Tryon. I want to know what you think about Kyle Trask, who seems to be getting all the press, but you do know he was the second pick, right? But I want to know what you think about both of them. I want to know what you think about all the picks. The way the Buccaneers handled the draft, it was different than I wanted them to, but I can tell you, as Teresa always says, in light I trust. So I'm good with whatever he decides to do. I'm fine with it. So yeah. That's pretty awesome. And hi, John. Hi, Ben. How you guys doing? James, how's it going? Matt Colson, what's up, my friend? The Miscreants are back in action. I'm pretty happy about that. We've got all kinds of stuff coming up. Guys, I don't have time tonight to get to Revealing America. I'm sorry. It's just been crazy. As you guys know, I flew down to Tampa for the draft. And we had a couple of fantastic nights at Ferg's. They were crazy. I cannot believe how loud that place is. I cannot believe we had fun. The food was great. The mahi bites were amazing. Absolutely just an incredible place. I am about as happy as you could be when it comes to we had a great time. We really, really had a great time. And, you know, there were some surprises. There were all kinds of goodies. Boy, did Joshua Cole Allen bring it. I hope you guys had the chance to see Joshua's call the first night. When Joshua when he was able to announce to us the first pick in the draft, and he did it before the NFL Network broke who the pick was. They hadn't announced it yet. Joshua was able to bring it to us and give us all the goodies, give us the lowdown and give us the pick, and he did it in exciting fashion. And I'm telling you, Joshua, the way that I worded it was he really hit a home run. And Ray came in and put it perfectly. He said it wasn't just a home run; it was a walk-off grand slam. Joshua Cole Allen could not have nailed it any better than he did, and massive props to Joshua. You deserve, every little bit of whatever accolades get thrown at you for this, my friend, because it wasn't good. It was freaking fantastic. So thank you for all of your hard work, Joshua. It was hilarious at the draft. I mean, I'd be cracking jokes about something, and Joshua was so locked in and knew all of these players because he'd talked to half of them. But he was sitting there rattling off statistics and everything, and I'd crack a joke, and I mean, it didn't even faze the guy. I mean, it really didn't even faze him. He was so locked in with knowledge and everything, and he kept. I mean, he had all the information you could possibly want. And okay, so to be honest with you guys, what I do when I'm sitting there, because I'm not the expert Joshua is or some of these other guys are, I've got cheat sheets that tell me a little bit about each player, and I can pull them up and read what this guy is or that guy is, and have a little bit of understanding or lowdown about that player based on what's written in front of me. I don't personally know it. I mean, there's no way I can remember anything about all these players because I start studying, a week to, or so in advance, 10 days. I really start to cram. Joshua doesn't have those cheat sheets. I mean, he's got information when you start getting really late into it and they're picking reaches and it gets a little crazy. He'll have to refer to his notes. But most of the time, Joshua knows these guys, like has spoken to these guys, and he can tell you what these guys personally. It's just amazing what he did, and I'm gonna play the video here real quick of Joshua from the first night. It'll take me just a second, and I'll pull it up here, but I just can't tell you how proud I am of Bucs report, of the call, that was made, of the things that we did and the challenges, the hurdles that we faced, and everything that happened. It was an interesting couple of days doing the draft, and Harry. I want to thank you, Harry the Greek. I want to thank Ray Kennedy from Cup of Ray. Both of those guys coming through in spades. And this team pulls together when it needs to pull together, and we got some pretty cool, pretty impressive things done, and given what we faced. But here's Joshua's call from the first pick of Joe Tryon, and this was freaking awesome.
You guys ready for the picks? Here it is. Bring it, Joshua.
The Bucs are keeping the pick. They are not trading out of it.
The Bucs are keeping their pick?
Look at the lights going off in there.
The lights are going off. We're on the clock. The pick is in. It is an edge rusher.
Edge rusher.
Tryon. Washington.
Joe Tryon.
Wait, he already went.
No, he didn't.
Didn't Joe Tryon just go?
He was predicting him to go.
Nice.
He just went to
Joe Tryon.
Edge rusher out of Washington.
Yeah, the edge rusher out of Washington is now a Buccaneer, folks.
There you go. You get it
Now
before the
Buccaneer.
NFL Network.
Yeah, we got it before the
Right there at that
NFL
spot.
Network, thanks to Joshua.
Joshua Cole Allen. That right there
That is beautiful, Joshua.
That was nice.
They got the lights all dimmed red here.
Yeah, your shot looks awesome. Your shot looks awesome, brother.
There you go. Right in his ear.
Joe Tryon, linebacker.
They didn't warn me about that. They didn't warn me about that. That scared the heck out of me. Joe Tryon to the Bucs. Great pick. I had him in my last mock of the season. He was in a lot of mocks around the league. Joe Tryon is a great player. He's got an athletic motor. He can really get after the quarterback. He's still raw with 1 year production as a 1 year starter with the Washington Huskies. But this is a guy with some good coaching, can come in right away. He's a developmental guy, right behind JPP Jack, and still contribute into the rotation as well. He opted out last year, so they didn't have tape on him. One of the things that Jason Light said was they had to look at a lot of 2019 tape to measure apples to apples to see if these players were right. Joe Tryon is a guy they obviously liked a lot of his 2019 tape. He's a good versatile player. He's got fluid enough hips to drop back in coverage. I really think that this guy's going to be a good player for the Buccaneers going forward.
Well, Joshua, that was awesome. You know it gets no better than that, brother. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow,
Scared the heck
brother.
out of me.
Good job, Josh. Good job, brother. Good job. Good job, brother.
That was awesome. See you tomorrow, brother.
So that was awesome. That's how you bring in a draft pick. Holy cow, man, that was awesome. Joshua nailed it. Let's bring the dude in. How you doing, dude?
Well, let me just tell you, seeing Joshua get the oh my God face when the cannons went off was almost as good as hearing the pick 90 seconds before it was announced on the NFL Network. So great job. Thank you so much to the Buccaneers for letting us go out there and do the live shot from the pirate ship.
Absolutely.
As you noticed, that was probably the only outlet out there near the pirate ship. And a heads up to Joshua. Hey, brother, I know you're new to the Bay Area, relatively new. When you're standing by a pirate ship, the cannons will fire, brother.
How did that catch you that far off guard? That's what I want to know. I would have been like, oh, Lord, the cannons are coming.
Yeah, the only thing would have been better is if he had the camera pointing at him so we could have seen that face. But real quick, man, because I know you got a jam-packed show tonight, and I don't want to piss off the producer or anybody like that. So let me just run down my laundry list here, and then I'll get off and maybe come back and join you later. Yeah, I just said maybe I'll get off, but that's for you idiots, miscreants in the chat. So, first of all, shout out to all the guys pumping out the written content all draft week, from Evan Winter, Joshua Cole Allen,
Absolutely.
Cam Rogers, JT Olson, my God, Old Salty Buck. Even I think Nick Citro even jumped back into the fray for a little bit.
And he promised me he'd get to me this week also. So I will get to talk to him.
And Nick Citro's a very busy man with that new beard of his, so he's getting adjusted to post-puberty life. What I will say is, man, again, I hate emphasizing and patting ourselves on the back, but the guys who put out the written content this week, 50 articles in 5 days, basically, up and down mock drafts, covering every aspect, any angle. Great job, guys. Now the guys going live: Gene Thomas, Buck What You Heard, Harry the Greek for the over/under, Jacob Charnow, the Hard Count Football Cast, Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy, Best of the Bay with Cup of Ray, and of course Joshua Cole Allen and with the Audible. If I miss somebody, I'm an idiot. But that said, and then of course Mr. Handsome here on the screen, the world traveler, the jet setter, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who probably thinks Ferg's is more of a rock and roll concert area than a sports bar. Rick Hughes nailed it. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy got off work, flew to Tampa, did 2 draft shows, flew back to Charlotte with no sleep, went and did what he had to do to bring each one of you in the comment section the best Bucs coverage that you can get. We all appreciate everything that the guys behind the scenes like you do, and we really appreciate everybody down in the comment section sharing, liking. Dude, go to our YouTube channel.
Yes,
go
please.
To Twitter. Follow us. Go to Zazzle. Rick will give you the actual website address.
BucsReportGear.shop.
Buy the gear that Rick is wearing and anything else you want. Multiple sizes, multiple colors, multiple different items. Help support these guys because they're out here grinding to do everything they can to make you guys be the most informed Bucs fans on the internet. That said, Rick, as always, man, thank you. I'd say I love you, but it's not that month to be prideful about that right now. A big shout out to everybody in Rick's personal life that deals with the time and effort he puts in the Bucs Report. And I would be remiss if I didn't give a nice shout out to Joshua Cole Allen's better half, Taylor Allen, for putting up with basically a guy who's been wall-to-wall draft coverage, whether it be press conferences, the Locker Room app. Yeah. Check it out, Locker Room on iOS and iTunes. Doing multiple shows, being a guest. I think Joshua made an appearance on every show last week, at least for a little while.
Multiple times, possibly.
And he can't pull that off if it isn't for somebody like Taylor Allen back there behind the scenes supporting him and giving him the time to do so. So big shout out to her. Shout out again to the miscreants in the chat. Hey, miscreants. It's Sunday night. It's live from the cheap seats. Before I get off here, I want you guys to drop in the comment section a thumbs up or thumbs down for the Buccaneers draft, throw your draft grade in there.
Yeah.
And then when you're done talking football, it's miscreant time. So bring it. Don't sing it. Just bring it.
That's right. That's right. Boom. Okay, let's add Matt. Matt, hey, brother.
Hey, what's up?
Nada, how you doing, my friend?
I'm here. I'm multitasking. That's hard.
Yeah. Welcome to my world, brother. Welcome to my world. So what do you think about the draft?
Well, I like our second pick. I don't know much about the Tryon kid. I guess
Right.
he's good because he was a first rounder. So I have faith in Todd Bowles. But the fact that we got a quarterback in house that can be in grammar school basically behind Brady is a good idea. And I just hope he doesn't end up like Josh Rosen and get picked off.
Well, the thing is,
concerns me.
my thought process on Kyle Trask is this. Look, do I have high hopes for the guy? I don't have to. Okay, I think I guess the way that I look at this is, I hope he turns out okay. But you know what? If not, okay, this team's gonna be fine. And that's the difference between when you put all your eggs in one basket and you draft a guy that you're like, he's got to be our franchise quarterback.
Right,
all those first picks that did this, the Chicago Bears who did this, all of those teams. You're putting all your eggs in that basket saying, this is our guy. We did it with Winston. We've done it before. Multiple times the Buccaneers have. And it's nice to draft a guy and say, yeah, come on in, sit on the bench and learn for a little while. I mean, that's kind of cool. It's a different approach.
From the team's point of view, that's kind of cool. But if you're coming out of college and you're expecting to go to the NFL and you know that you're going to the Buccaneers and you know that you're not going to start, I mean, that's got to be a little bit of a letdown. But I think he could be Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett was like third on the list, and he just got better, and then he got traded. So, if the kid comes in here and when JPP gets out, or if he gets too old or injured, God forbid, we've got somebody that apparently is good enough, and
maybe
and they liked him enough to pick him in the first round. So.
Well, we don't know yet, but they obviously have, and this is the thing. There's so much hate for Ryan Griffin that I don't understand. The coaching staff obviously believes in this guy. They brought him back. They did not bring Blaine Gabbert back. Okay, and I don't know that they're going to. Okay, maybe they will, maybe not, but I don't think they're going to at this point. So I think what they're doing is they're saying, you know what, but Ryan Griffin, he's good enough to hang around like this. There's a reason. And people just automatically dismiss him because you've only seen him in preseason games. It's funny how that works, man. It's funny. People either love or hate.
He's been here longer than Vinny was.
Right. There's a reason he sticks. There's a reason he sticks.
So
he sticks with, he has stuck with a team for longer than Josh Rosen has had a career with 4 teams.
Right.
So for everybody who was so in love with Josh Rosen and watched him get drafted, get cut or traded or whatever from Arizona, then go to Miami and then get cut or traded or whatever from Miami and then come to Tampa and then end up moving on to San Francisco. And San Francisco is looking for, they just pulled in another quarterback. Why do you think all these teams keep going and getting other quarterbacks?
Right.
Because that guy wasn't that good. And guess who's still plugging along with the same team, man? Ryan Griffin. So realize Griff is okay. This is okay. There's a reason they have him where they have him. And
they must know what they're doing because he's coming in 7th year this year, right?
Yeah. Well, he's obviously a good backup quarterback, and
I guess he is. But when they needed the backup last year, they brought in Gabbert. They didn't put him on the field.
No, they've had Gabbert. Gabbert has been with Arians.
Oh, I understand that. I just mean the Bucs when they had games where they put in somebody besides Brady, which I thought they did 1 or 2 times. It was Gabbert who came in. It wasn't Griffin.
Well, I understand, but I get the feeling they've looked at it and said, I think maybe there's more upside with Griffin. Or they're saying, you know what? I think it's time, Gabbert's going to move along. He wants to move along. Maybe Gabbert wanted to move along.
I don't blame him.
But they feel good enough about Griffin to keep him there. So it's all good. I think it's all
I just think
good.
Kyle Trask is in a perfect position. He's in a lot
Yeah.
better shape than that kid, Trevor Lawrence. When you
Oh my God, yes.
what he got
yes.
put into. He's gonna
This is what I said, and it's funny you say this because I brought this up the other night on the draft show. I said I believe somebody like Kyle Trask will, and this is before the Bucs drafted him, by the way. Before the Buccaneers drafted Kyle Trask, I said I believe Kyle Trask has a better chance at success than Trevor Lawrence because Kyle Trask will probably go to a good team, and Trevor Lawrence is probably going to go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So there's a better chance for Kyle Trask to have a good career. It's backwards. It's weird. It makes no sense, but I mean that.
Anytime you can end up like Aaron Rodgers was sitting on the bench for 4 or 5 years behind Favre.
Yeah.
And he's practicing every day. He's just
not
getting
I just think it's so funny how Aaron Rodgers is acting, knowing full well he was what Jordan Love is now. He was that guy.
That way.
And now he's acting like a baby about it. And before he was all, professional about it and doing his, his gang, doing that, whatever. It's funny when the shoe's on the other foot, ain't it, Aaron?
Yeah, he's seeing the show from the other side of the fence.
Yeah, and it's tough.
And I don't blame him for wanting to go somewhere. I mean, Joe Montana left the 49ers, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Who would ever thought that happened?
Yeah.
And it was so Steve Young could start.
Yep.
So if that's the way it's going to be, and Rodgers has got some legs left, which I think he does.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunity out there for him.
Absolutely. And the Packers didn't do any favors by drafting away from skilled positions on offense in the first 2 rounds.
They drafted a guy named Rodgers.
No, I'm saying this year. After Aaron Rodgers has basically said, I want out. I think what Aaron Rodgers did was try to flex a little bit of leverage, and they called his bluff. I think they basically said, okay, you can retire.
You want to be a game show host? Go right ahead.
We already got our quarterback, so go ahead.
$5 million in bonuses back.
Yeah, and they're going to hold, and they'll hold the rights to him still.
Well,
so it's not like he can just leave and go somewhere else.
I thought if he retired and then came back to another team like Favre did.
No, you have you have to retire, and they have to say, okay, we're going to release the rights. Now, if they don't release the rights, it still counts against their cap. But they hold the cards. The team holds the cards.
Well, if I was the Packers, if it's that bad where he wants a divorce that badly, I would just buck it up and let him go. I mean,
give it to him. Yeah. Well, I mean, if they don't feel like love is the answer, boy, are they playing this wrong. They better have some kind of confidence in that guy because, boy, are they playing this wrong.
They took him last year just in case, and now all of a sudden it looks like he's getting a lot more play than Rodgers feels comfortable with.
Yeah.
It's a courtesy thing at this point in his career. He's been there, 17 years or something like that?
Yep.
Let him go. I mean,
no, it's crazy.
Pighead about it. Just don't give him a street.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else has got a street named after him. So
Aaron Rodgers is in jeopardy in 2 different careers. Joshua Cole Allen brought it up. That happened with Gronk. Gronk retired, but the Patriots did not rescind his rights. So when he wanted to come back and play, the Buccaneers had to trade for him because
we gave him
right, but they were willing because he basically said, "Listen, guys, I want to come back and play, but I'm not going to play for you. These guys will give you something for me." So basically what they did is get rid of the salary and get something for him after a year. Aaron, you want to sit out for a year and then play your cards that way? Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think Jeopardy's going to want somebody to come in and be a 1-year wonder.
Yeah, it's just it's just a whole different kind of animal. So let's bring Steven in here. Hey, Steven, how you doing? He's black. He's super straight, and now he's on the show. How you doing, my friend?
How you doing, Rick? It's good to see you. Hey, Matt,
doing great.
What's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good, man. I really I love listening to you guys talk about this because I'm in complete agreement. I am not an Aaron Rodgers fan. I think he is probably the biggest diva QB we have in the NFL. And you made an excellent point that I don't know how he has such short-term memory because this is exactly what happened to him.
I know.
He would be a little bit more forward-thinking.
Right, and he's just playing it so wrong. He keeps trying to flex leverage he doesn't have.
Well, he actually has some leverage to a degree because what Aaron is banking on is public sentiment. He is still, he's kind of a baby. He's still very popular in Green Bay, and he's banking that the Green Bay management won't be able to handle, and the fans won't be able to handle an Aaron Rodgers less Green Bay.
Yeah.
So that's what he's looking at. But I'm with you. I think they should play hardball and just go, hey, cool, sit out, brother. Good luck in Jeopardy, and we'll catch you next year.
I agree. All right, man. I gotta get moving.
All right, brother.
Have a good one. I'm gonna go. If you guys, I'm gonna put you guys back in the lobby here. It's time. I'm going to go to. It's that segment we all know I hate. I know I've been busy and we've missed this segment a couple of times and everything lately, and he's mad at me about it, and he's mad about a lot of things. But let's. It's time to go to a popular segment here that I hate called Litterbox Talk with a producer.
Welcome back to Live from the Cheap Seats. It's time for a brand new season. The draft is over. It's time for a good season. But I've got a question. I'm tired of this bullshit from this f***ing host. Once and for all, let's deal with this shit. He says he doesn't have time to get to making fun of America. He always seemed to have time to make fun of Canada. Why doesn't he have time for America? Not important? F*** you. You should be busy doing your job. You think I don't have time? You think I have time to push all of these buttons and switches? Do you know all the things I have to do? I've got to add more to the litter box for you to clean. I've got to scratch on my scratching post. I need to do my catnip. I did my cat chow and my fancy feast. I have many things I do all day long. Besides, I need a nap. But I'm still here pushing buttons. I'm still here doing my job. Not you, you asshole. I'm tired of your bullshit. Do your job. Make fun of America, not just Canada. Let me tell you something. You're nothing but an undermotivated little twit.
Look, do you realize what I've done over the last 5 days or 3, whatever? I don't even know how many days. Do you realize everything I've done going down and doing the draft, doing 2 5-hour shows from Fergs? And I mean, I worked my butt off. Do you realize how hard I've been working?
Oh, boo-hoo, you had to travel. Oh, boo-hoo, the draft. Boo-hoo, you sat in a f***ing chair. You got on an airplane and sat in a seat, safely, securely, all neatly seatbelted in and tucked in. And now you're whining. You sat in a chair in a bar while you had some drinks and ate some food and talked some football. But you're so busy. Let me tell you what your first mistake is.
No, I'm not going to let you tell me. No, I'm tired, man. I'm doing the best I can.
Let me tell you what your first mistake is. Your first mistake is telling me this is the best job you can do. If that's the best job you can do, Bucs Report deserves better. The miscreants deserve better. Canada certainly deserves better. So on behalf of the listening audience, of every good miscreant, on behalf of Canada, you are fired. Read my fuzzy lips. You're fired. Fuck you.
Well, this is awkward.
Hi, everybody. I am I'm Andrew Faubert. This is my office, and I am now officially your host. Host, because I guess, the different personalities and stuff, but I am your host of the Cheap Seats. As you see, Rick got fired. Rick is gone. We got rid of him. There's a little bit of dispute at the border here with Canada and the US, and with this whole COVID situation going on, and the fact that I couldn't come down there for the damn Super Bowl. So instead they gave me a show in order to be very happy and to keep my anger kind of respectively down, and to keep a couple other people of the fans here in the chat and the miscreants happy. So, of course, I wanted to take on this role and keep it going. This was Rick's baby. This was something Rick loved. And this is something that I told Rick I would take on. And I will cradle it. And I will love it. And I will take it wherever it needs to go. Any height and any direction that the miscreants and the fans at Bucs Report here will let me go. So to that, ladies and gentlemen, we first take a moment of silence. I would take my hat off, but then that just means I got to fully disconnect, and that would just be more of a pain in the... Yeah. So we're going to take a quick moment of silence for Rick being fired by the producer, which is a cat. That moment is gone. So ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to have a little bit of fun? Because I am. Because this has been an opportunity that I've been waiting for here at Bucs Report for a long time. I love talking to Americans because I'm a crazy Canadian. I am in the most populated northern city in the world. Yes, even the Russians don't have enough population of where I am. It gets cold, but it also gets really warm sometimes for a month. I can go swimming in that month. It's quite nice. There's a lot of stereotypes or whatever it's called that a lot of people have about Canada. And eventually we will get to that. But first, I want to get to some miscreants here because obviously I need to have a quick conversation with the people who actually make this show happen. And if they don't like me, then obviously I'm fired next. So this is a little, let's check on the Canadians and see if they're good. So here we go. We're going to add two of the miscreants right now. Mr. Matt Corson and Mr. Stephen Glasker. How are we doing tonight, gentlemen? And are we okay with this?
I guess we don't have much of a choice, do we? Red.
Red.
Nobody sent me a card saying, what do you think?
Hey, first of all, Andrew, I love you, brother. So great to see you. But I was just thinking, your life has got, not you, Rick's life got to really suck to get fired by a cat. That is amazing.
A cat with a little Hitler mustache. You notice that? Look at his nose. He's got the little black spot right below there. Yeah, he's a fascist.
He got a little attitude. That's why he's got a little attitude.
Matt, are you trying to get me kicked on my first damn show? I haven't even been in here 2 minutes, and you throw that word, you throw fascism around like it's
like I'm on Fox News or something.
So, guys, obviously, I am your new host. I cannot obviously thank you guys enough for having me and the women in the chat, men and women across the world, because it's 2021. We have to include everybody. That being said, I promise you I will not get fired by no cat ever. Let me include a couple of other miscreants in here. Teresa, hi.
Oh,
hey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Is that a cat? Is that a cat I see behind you?
Oh yeah, and she is evil. Yes.
That one's not gonna come try and fire me now, is
power,
it?
Though. Yeah,
no power.
No, she doesn't have any claws, and the only thing she cares about is food.
Okay,
I
good.
wish mine would get like that.
Oh, and then it looks like my boss is in here, and then this might get. He might be already telling me I'm fired. This will be interesting. This is the dude.
He's muted.
How about? Oh no, he ain't gonna be muted for long. He's gonna come in and tell me, hi, boss.
Well, I had to mute it there, Mr. Colson, because I was coughing. Who the hell authorized this? I have nothing to. I know nothing about this.
Listen,
hey, how does Rick Hughes get fired on his day off?
It seems to me that he may have been worked a little bit over. Like, did you pay for him to go to Tampa? Because I heard he had to do some unspeakable things in order to get to Tampa.
Wow.
Well, I will say that there was spanking involved, but that's all I'm going to elaborate on. Hey, while we have you here, while we have all you beautiful people watching and the beautiful people on screen, well, okay, Teresa, the beautiful person on screen, and a bunch of profile pictures. Hey, Mr. Faubert.
Yes, sir.
Now that you've obviously done this takeover in cahoots with some kind of cat down in North Carolina, I'll say this. I will approve of this move on the Bucs Report Live content, but I think we need to hear a couple bars of "O Canada" from our favorite Canadian, second and third favorite Canadian. We got two Canadians, one we like and one that's named Mike Desrochers. Anyway.
But it's okay. It's okay. I actually came prepared for this. I actually came prepared for this very moment because I knew someone was going to ask me to sing "O Canada." So I want to do something here. I'm just gonna kick you all for 2 seconds. For 2 seconds here. And I'm going to do the best that I can to impress my boss and everybody else out there. I'm going to sing at least 4 lines of "O Canada" in as many different voices that you guys love as possible. Oh, Canada, our home, natives with land, true patriots. I love the Patriots. They love all thy sons, all of us, something, command. Let the glorious hearts receive the rise, the true north strong and freeze. And the heartbeat says they drive the guns and everyone hates rebels. And then Lord and stitches, they make Canada's for me. There's a lot of talk here about Canada's and stuff and this and that and everything. I really just want to get back to the show here. Do we have to sing Canada so many different times? And that's basically all I got for you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Round of applause for the Canadians. Woo! Bronze medals. Great. Thank you.
Hey, now that Mr. Hughes is no longer in the building, are we allowed to cuss?
No.
Oh, I hope so.
No. If there is one thing, and believe me, this was hard negotiations, but if there's one thing that I told Rick, I will hold true to the show here for him. That is no swearing. But I will give an extra, warning. We're Canadian and we like to go, hey. Whoa, hey.
Speak for yourself, Andrew.
Buddy. Sorry, my side of Canada. But that being said, this is Rick's baby. Rick started this. Rick gave me a platform to really, I guess, make my own. And I don't want to, ruin it too much, I guess you would say, by, cussing and swearing and dropping F-bombs and this, that, and everything else. I like to keep that for, the North Sports Dynasty. That's where I like to cuss. So if you guys ever want to cuss and, go all out about your takes and stuff like that, you just come to North Sports Dynasty and drop it there. But when we are here on the cheap seats at Raymond James Stadium, we will have a little bit of respect for the men and women and the children that are around. If we want to drop, an A word here and there, that's okay.
A.
That being said, see laughter. I was so nervous and I got laughter.
I'm your new host.
Guys, hold on. Something's kind of. I think Rick. I'm gonna check on Rick though, because the dude was talking about Rick, and I gotta make sure. Yeah, I think he's doing okay. I'm not too sure if he's taking this all right. I mean, listen, I know the dude said he has nothing to do with this, but I think he knows a lot that's going on here. The producer, on the other hand, had one last thing I think he wanted to let him know.
Oh, don't feel bad for that stupid little fucker. He's got his show without me on Monday night and Friday night. He'll be fine. And then he'll be back on. So, that little f***er's gonna be fine. Quit your boo-hooing. And then he'll be back on Saturday night.
That's one of the reasons. Whoa, one of you's got to turn down your stuff there. I don't know who it is, but I can hear the show in the background.
Not me.
Who is that? Who is that?
Not me.
Not me either.
Not me.
Okay, good. Anyways, I'll be nice. Don't worry. All right, guys. The draft was this weekend, and Rick is gone. Rick is. We're gonna give Rick some time to rest and stuff like that. He may pop in here later on. And I wanted to just make sure that we actually kept it to like the roots. We make sure that we have the fan interaction. We keep to the roots of Bucs.
Who is that?
Hey, whoever's got the show on in the background, man.
Yeah. Come on, guys. I'm not sure where that's coming from.
Not me.
I'm gonna have to.
I turn it down, and then when I go back up, I'm done.
All right. Are we good?
Teresa looks guilty.
Guilty as charged.
She's sitting in the back of the room going, "Oh, don't pick me, don't pick me."
All right.
Turn it down, and then when I go back up.
Let's see. Hold on. Okay, Steven's muted.
All right. We good? Teresa,
I'm gonna try. Yes, there it was. It was Teresa. Teresa, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll give you a minute or two to figure it out. I'm not gonna kick you out. I'm just gonna. You're good. You're good. You're good. No, you're not. Okay, I got you. We'll give her a minute to figure it out. And this, that, and everything else. But
well, my God,
we got four of
like
us.
flies.
Everybody hates Canada. It's all good. So, Steven, it wasn't you. You can get unmuted. Don't worry. You can come in. I won't hurt you.
Awesome. I'm not in trouble. Yay.
No. And Teresa's not in trouble either. No one. Hey, guys, no one gets in trouble. That's why they hired Canada here. No one gets in trouble. But you know who is getting in trouble already? Kyle Trask. Like, why? Like,
what?
Guys,
what happened?
Kyle Trask. It's not in trouble. Not in trouble. I'm not breaking any news here. I'm saying by the fans. It's as if he came in here and he's supposed to compete for the starting role in the first day.
It's a conspiracy by the Seminoles and the Hurricanes. I mean, they did the same thing with Winston. When you brought in Winston, all the Gator fans were all like, "Ah!" So that's what happens when you draft from inside the state.
Hold up. So, anybody else in here any Florida university team fan, or just
FSU?
Yeah. Okay, so you're Seminoles. Me and Matt are Gator fans.
No.
Oh, FSU. Oh, my apologies.
You're talking about UF, like UF'd.
What about you, Steven?
FU? Is that what you said? FU?
That's what I said.
He's the Gators quarterback. He was the Gators quarterback. Obviously, he's now our quarterback. And all I saw after the draft was, we could have gotten this, and we could have gotten that, and how dare we go down the road of getting a quarterback so soon? I mean, I understand everyone's entitled to their opinion, especially when we're on our high horse of winning a Super Bowl and this, that, and everything else. But Kyle Trask is not coming in here to compete for the starting role on the first day, guys.
He's coming to learn.
Exactly. And I said this on my show, and I want to be able to say this to as many Buccaneer fans out there. And I want to be able for you guys to understand. I'm writing an article about this. It'll be on maybe Bucs Report page, but it'll be definitely on mine. Kyle Trask is probably the best quarterback we could have asked for in this situation besides Tom Brady. The reasons for it are, outstanding. He is a Florida kid. He is used to the climate down here. He's going to be outdoors for a little bit. He gets to hang out, and he already has, with Tom Brady outside of the building. He is being developed by the greatest of all time. And if anything, this might have been Tom Brady saying, I kind of want this guy around. He seems like the proper kind of kid who wants to learn and this, that, and everything else. And now all of a sudden, you put him in with, the rest of the quarterbacks that we have who know the system. It's not like Trask all of a sudden is just going to get thrown in and, you're the backup right now. No. He's going to give him time. All these other quarterbacks that just got drafted in the first round, top of the first round, they're going in. They got to start day one, which is everybody's dream, of course. But
Except they have no offensive line for those guys. They're going to get pounded.
Some of those situations are a little bit better than others, yes. But see, with us here, now all of a sudden it's different. We have now the ability to keep this guy in the system for 2, 3, heck, even 4 years, whenever Brady is done. And Brady's going to be the one talking to him on the other side. If and when, which kind of a lot of us see as the inevitable, when Brady starts moving in after his career days into the office. What do you want, Kyle? What is going to help you develop? Has anyone even thought maybe that this is Todd Bowles or Brian Leftwich making a decision like, hey, if anybody's getting new jobs next year and I get to stay here, I would really like to have, a voiced opinion and stuff like that. Hello, Teresa. You are back. Are you good to go?
He's muted now.
I unmuted it for you.
My daughter muted something. I wasn't sure she did.
That's okay.
Are we good now?
Sounds like it.
It's my cat raising hell right now.
Now, before we get started.
Yep.
Before we get started, guys, I just got to say this real quick. I'm taking my shot. Hey, Teresa, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Listen. If we're taking these shots.
Hey, you got to remember, I'm black and super straight. You got to remember.
Super straight.
I think that was in the paper the other day.
You too, Craig.
Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever taken the time to Google the history of Florida quarterbacks drafted in the NFL?
Not all of them.
It's
no.
ugly. And the only one that's any word positive is Steve Spurrier for his coaching ability, not for when he started with the Bucs. He stunk.
Now,
then we had somebody like Tim Couch that went up behind Kozar. Mm-hmm. We all know what happened to him. And as it gets closer and closer to where we are right now, they're even shorter lives than that. So
before
the best thing could happen to this guy is ride the pine for a while and forget about his alma mater. Because that school doesn't do well. It's like they say Alabama has dead quarterbacks. It's the same thing for Florida. Everyone that's come out in the NFL has been also ran at best.
Hold on. You ever seen the movie Miracle?
Yeah.
Anything is possible, my friend.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Now, here's the thing. I agree with you. We're going to bring another guy here in 2 seconds. I just want to make this point. I agree with you that it doesn't look good, when it is a floor. When it was drafted, I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh, this is nice. I'm even on live with Johnny Dean being like, oh, this is dope. Oh, this is kind of cool because I really kind of wanted this to happen a little early, but I still kind of wanted this to happen. It's all the players that you probably have on that list, and I'll have to check this list later on, but they were probably all thrown into a starting role right off.
Not Wayne Peace. We had him in Tampa behind Randy Hedberg or something. I can't remember. It was about when I was your age. But they used to have.
How old do you think I am?
All I'm saying is give Peace a chance all over Tampa Stadium. And then they let him, and he stunk it up, and then he was gone. So, I mean, there's been some high-profile Heisman Trophy winners, and they come out into the NFL and they fail. So Kyle Trask coming in here and getting to sit on their bench for 3 years is probably the best thing for any of the top 5 quarterbacks that got drafted. He's in the best position of any of them.
It's a good thing he wasn't a Heisman winner. Here's the biggest.
It seriously is because.
I know he was close. He was close, and he deserved.
Clemson, where they're like 5 deep in every position plus Waterboy, to a team that has like nobody.
Yeah, they had like 2 really good targets. Obviously we saw in the first round,
but they don't have anybody holding them, standing up. I mean,
let's get the biggest
for his life.
Hold on one second, Matt. Let's get the biggest Gators fan I know in here, Mr. Ray Kennedy.
And you know what, Andrew, you're right with the intro. I mean, not the biggest Gators fan, but definitely Gators. Gators won, Hurricanes too. You know, hey, Matt, you didn't mention John Reeves. I mean, let's go back 102 years and talk about a quarterback, John Reeves.
Well, it gets bad. I looked at it the other night after we drafted him, and I was like, oh, my God. Because I forgot some of these guys were from Florida. They were so bad. And I went down the list from starting with Spurrier in 76 or whatever it was. And we had a couple of them because we were the Buccaneers. We had a couple.
Right.
Then there were other ones that went all over I remember when I'm telling you, Tim Couch sucked. And he was bad.
Well, Couch came out of
Florida like a rocket. So,
Couch came out of Kentucky, but you know, also Shane Matthews. Of course. No, you're okay. But I mean, you're right though, because Tim Couch was a Heisman Trophy winner, and he gets to the NFL and looks like, you know, I think it was Kentucky, but he looked like he was, you know, what universe was this kid from as far as a Heisman Trophy winner? But I would say almost Shane Matthews. Of course, he played with the Bears for quite a few years, and he was a Gators quarterback. But again, Matt, you make a great point. Is that if at the best compliment you can say about Gators quarterbacks overall is that the success they've had at the NFL level has been mostly in the backup position.
Right.
Yep. How about Charlie Ward?
I mean, that's good, I guess, if you can make $900,000 a year to sit on the pine and get sweaty 5 days a week. Well, that's a good gig if you can get one.
Here's the other side of it too: is, you know, situations. You know, as a show that I like to watch says, situations are situational, and in this situation, I mean, he does have the ability now all of a sudden to, you know, sit behind the goat for as long as it needs to be, right? But this culture has now changed. We got Brady, and in 1 year, all of a sudden, it's the mentality of our fans, of even the people who work at the stadium, the people who work, obviously, for the team, us here at Bucs Report, who are, you know, loving life right now. Ray all of a sudden has got to cover so much for the Bucs here in the last little while. Joshua Cole Allen has been kicking absolute, and I'm going to give myself 1 strike here just for Joshua Cole Allen. Been kicking some major ass the last couple of days. See, 1. I get, but that's the thing is if you tell me you're going to do it, you get 2. If you tell me you're going to do it, I give you the warning and I give you the platform.
Hey, Andrew, can I ask everybody in the room here, and I know you guys all probably have because we're all followers of Bucs Report as much as we are a part of it, but have you all had the chance to see the Facebook video clip of Joshua at the stadium when he breaks the Joe Tryon draft, when he breaks that Joe Tryon draft choice?
I got it right here, buddy.
They showed it earlier in the show.
I tell you what. And then to have them fire the cannons behind him, but we get it 90 seconds before the NFL Network has it. And then Joshua Cole Allen, just a man on a spot. I mean, would you guys mind playing it one more time?
I got you, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joshua Cole Allen breaking the Joe Tryon draft pick and getting poop in his pants. No, I'm just kidding. But like all of us would have. Here's the cannons going off. And one of the best clips that Bucs Report's got. And props to Joshua Cole Allen again.
You guys ready for the picks? Here it is. Bring it, Joshua.
The Bucs are keeping the pick. They're not trading out of it.
The Bucs are keeping their pick?
Look at the lights going off in there.
The lights are going off. We're on the clock. The pick is in. It is an edge rusher.
Edge rusher.
Tryon. Washington.
Joe Tryon.
Wait, he already went.
No, he didn't.
Didn't Joe Tryon just go?
He was predicting him to go.
Nice.
He just went to
Joe Tryon.
Edge rusher out of Washington.
Yeah, the edge rusher out of Washington is now a Buccaneer, folks.
There you go. You get it
now
before the NFL
Network.
Network.
Yeah, we got it before the NFL Network, thanks to Joshua.
Joshua Cole Allen. That right there is
a beautiful, Joshua.
That was nice.
They got the lights all dimmed red here.
Yeah, your shot looks awesome. Your shot looks awesome, brother.
There we go. Right in his ear.
Joe Tryon, linebacker.
They didn't warn me about that. They didn't warn me about that. That scared the heck out of me. Joe Tryon to the Bucs. Great pick. I had him in my last season. He was in a lot of mocks around the league. Joe Trine is a great player. Had such a rare quarterback athlete. He's still raw. 1 year production. As a 1 year starter in Washington, this guy was a good coach. He come in right away. Development guy. Pretty high.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Andrew. That was just phenomenal. I love it. Kid breaks it 90 seconds before even Goodell announces on the NFL Network, and that was a moment. That was the favorite moment of me. Anyone else out there? I don't know what your favorite moment of the draft was, but for me, that was the top.
He did about 3 picks, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Before he decided to stop doing it, he kind of caught himself because he was getting ahead of the curve way out.
And of course, everybody's got to be careful. Rappaport, Schefter, all those guys around the draft, because I was one of those people. I think it kind of started around the NBA draft and last year's drafts in general, where a lot of people started doing it on Twitter, where we were breaking picks and stuff like that. And I think everybody's got to be obviously really careful because the NFL wants to make it, a nice show, and I totally understand. But people like Josh have an opportunity to break it before Schefter, so they should obviously be working for, the big 4 or the big 3.
Andrew, it's actually, no, that was just the NFL's way of letting us, hey, we're the world champion Buccaneers, and they were letting the world champion Buccaneer faithful here on Bucs Report, letting us have a little bit of 90 seconds of a little bit of a crack. But, no rules were broken. But, yeah, great job. Great job to Rick Hughes. Flew down from Charlotte, did the draft party, of course. I was out there. Little Harry the Greek was out there. You guys were all bringing it. And, again, all you guys and girls that are watching here on Bucs Report, without you guys, it's not happening. So thank you so much for the support. We had a great draft weekend.
You guys did a fantastic job. I was live for the 2 days that were going on as well. I had you guys obviously on because you show the support, you show the shares, or you shoot the shares, and you put the show on in the background and stuff like that, and you pop it on and you see all the cool shots of, Rick getting the smooch, and there was the one dude in the background there, the one shot. I'm going to have to try and find that clip. He was eyeing up you and Rick. And just the way that you guys were talking some real stuff, and he's got a beer in his hand, and he's kind of doing the
Actually, I owe him money. That's what he was doing. He was right there because he's like, hey, you owe me $50 at the Ponies last Sunday. So I was just trying to keep it real and keep talking because you guys know me. I'll just keep talking and talking and talking.
Listen, that kid looked like he was no more than like 23 or 24, Ray. You got to stop betting with those kids, man. Like I said, I got better odds for you. Me and Harry will talk. We'll talk to you after the show. But Ray, one thing I did want to get out of you, just because, like I said, I've been doing my shows and stuff like that, and I got, the call to do this. I won't say
By the
when.
way, hey, congratulations, brother! I'm loving this. I love the red takeover, the Canadian takeover, and hey, there's nothing but love between us and you guys. I mean, we make the North American continent. I mean, we got some neighbors down to the south too, but we're bringing it in here large. I'm just glad to see. I hope that you're going to be fine and be in this chair every Sunday night because you know what? That's the thing about the view from the cheap seats. Is that's whether you're from Canada, from Florida, whether you're a Bucs fan, Packers fan, Toronto Argonauts, it's all about being in the cheap seats, having fun. The Argonauts.
Or what if they Blue Bomber?
Saskatchewan Rough Rider, Montreal Alouette.
Aren't the Argonauts still a team? Are the Argonauts still a team?
Yes. Right. Argos will for
Alouette.
The Alouette, shot of Alouette.
The nursery school rhyme.
What does this have to do with? I'm just curious. What does this have to do with Greek mythology? What's this Argonaut stuff?
Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead.
No, I got a pretty good buzz going, so I'm not sure what I said, brother.
Actually, it's funny. I wrote an article before.
He slams a beer and gets on TV. How about that, man?
Just for you, Matt. Matt, you know I love you, brother.
I wrote an article before about trying to get an NFL team to Canada, and one thing that I did bring up would be a problem is actually the Toronto Argonauts because they actually are the longest tenured North American sports team that exists. So getting rid of them is actually getting rid of, history. And you can't exactly just do that. Just like the Edmonton football team is having one hell of an issue right now, trying to get rid of their football team name, only because it's been there for so long, but also at the same time, too, the name that they want is owned by the XFL. So there leads to the conspiracy there, So.
Oh, you're going to start this again?
I will start it until I work for them. Thank you very much.
No, Andrew, you skimmed it very nicely. You got it in there, but you didn't start. You didn't go too deep. So
no.
I kind of like the idea of having the CFL and the NFL. They can keep their name. What's wrong with that?
See, now here's the thing. Mike, I know Mike has a different, say, opinion maybe on it. And I know there is a lot of Canadians who want to still see like the Canadian, aspect of it still be kept and stuff like that. I just think it's weird. It's like when you try to push against, a new team coming in, for example, in any league, you're going to have everyone, we used to have 8 teams and now we have 32, and we have 64 football teams by the end of it. It's like, no. All we're literally asking for is a league that, makes really good fans and stuff like that. And it's really good for us to have here because it's really difficult for us to get to some of these games down there. Like, you guys do not understand what I would pay to pass out drunk on that damn ship in Raymond James Stadium.
Oh,
No idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
I wouldn't know either.
No, listen. I would be that guy, and Ray and Josh and everybody at Bucs Report would be like, Andrew, we told you you're not going to be able to do this. And I would be the one stumbling to Raymond James at 2:30 in the morning and be like, listen, I just need pictures.
Andrew, I'm like Ryan Griffith on your backside, buddy. I got your 6 all the way. I'm not letting you get in any trouble when you're down here in this neck of the woods. Just like I know you're not going to let me get in any trouble when I come up to your neck of the woods. So we got, Bucs Report. We got each other 6s. That's everyone on the screen here. And
well, you can't be north and be 6.
Hey Ray, when you cross the border, you're on your own, buddy.
I know, Mike.
North is 12.
Every man for himself.
I mean, if you have to fly to Toronto, you're on your own. We're way far away. But we're gonna hold on. We're going to add one more person to this, and I think they want to come in here and brag a little bit that their team actually had a pretty darn good draft.
How is this kid doing tonight? I know who it is.
Yeah, Jacob, how are we doing?
Oh, my God.
Jacob.
Hey.
2020 draft. The New York Jets select
our savior,
Zach Wilson.
Oh, my God.
Our savior.
Oh my God!
Hey,
I couldn't be doing better.
Today's the celebration of Easter in the Greek Orthodox Church, and the Jets just got their savior, huh?
We really did. Not only did we get our savior, we had Joe Douglas. 2 years he's been the GM, and 2 damn good drafts he has had so far. I mean, yes, nothing. We don't know how any of these guys are going to perform yet. It's all speculation, but to get Zach Wilson, who was his guy, he got his guy. And then to trade up in giving up only 2 third-round picks, which is fine, which was okay, to get the number 1 ranked interior offensive lineman in this entire draft, and secure that front line. They fixed the mistakes that they made with Sam Darnold in this draft. They're showing we mean business with Zach Wilson. We are going to give him all the support in the world because we take AVT, we take Elijah Vera Tucker with that 14th pick we traded with the Vikings. Great pick. And then, and Andrew, we were talking about this on my show. We thought that was a pipe dream that he was going to fall. He didn't fall, but we got him. Then in the second round, we get Elijah Moore, the wide receiver out of Ole Miss. That was a fantastic pick. I mean, he's really, really solid. I like him more than Kadarius Toney, who we'll talk. I mean, if we're going to talk, whatever. Then in the 4th round, we get Michael Carter. We get our running back. And then in the 5th round, we get a bunch of different guys. We got another guy named Michael Carter, actually. And then in the 5th round, we got 2 Michael Carters. We got the running back, and we got the corner out of Duke. Overall, they fixed up the special teams in the later rounds. All those guys that we got could be on the special teams line. And then 1 through 4 was all helping Zach Wilson. And it's exactly what we needed. It's exactly what Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh needed to do in this draft, and they did it.
Buddy, when I was sitting here doing my show, because the Dynasty show that I do, I was sitting there, and as soon as I saw the Jets trade up, I was like, they're not going this far for a running back. Like, Jacob's probably going to be very ticked off of this. And I saw Elijah Vera Tucker come off the board. I was like, I know that this boy on the East Coast is crying with joy right now.
Man, if you go back in my stream and find the part where they trade up.
Now, the other person that I know was crying for joy when those cannons went And gonna graciously join us here up in the cheap seats, Mr. Joshua Cole Allen.
There's the man.
Hey.
I could not come on your inaugural show, even though, the cheap seats are there. I'm in the press box, which is right below the cheap seats. So.
Hey, you keep doing a job like.
Shut up.
Hey, Josh, you keep doing a job like you did last night, Josh, and I'll have you sitting next to Brian Cook next season. All right, buddy?
Ooh.
Like I've got pulled. Like I've got pulled.
But guys, I mean, I love Andrew Faubert. I'm so glad he's here. But can we all agree he's not our host? He's not our true host until he chugs a bottle of maple syrup live on this show.
Oh, I do remember something about a bottle of maple syrup.
So hard to do that.
Because I don't mess around here. And in honor of our man.
No, he's not.
Andrew Faubert.
Oh, yes.
I'm loving it.
Here we go.
That's beautiful.
My God,
do it, buddy.
Oh, Canada.
Prost.
Oh, Canada. Salute.
That's my man. That's my man.
It right there, man. Still dropping
Pure
mics.
grade A amber maple syrup.
I love
Any
that.
moment now, the diabetic shock should set in.
On the way down.
Seizures here in a minute.
Yeah, keep watching him. Keep watching Josh.
See, Andrew doesn't drink maple syrup. He just shoots it directly into his veins.
That's how he rolls.
It's funny that you said that because my fiance literally just came down. I'm about to actually just tighten that thing around my arm right now. Sorry, you guys got to see this live. It's Canadians. No, just kidding. So Joshua Cole, I know everybody is giving you praise, and I know that you're probably like Pat McAfee. We're like, all right, but like honestly, dude, you had a great coverage on the draft night. Your draft shows. I appreciate you having me on there, taking over the Audible for a little bit while you had to go up into the press conference there. That was amazing. I appreciate it. What else do you got coming up here? Like, I know the draft is done, but obviously the off season doesn't stop for you. What else do you got coming up, man?
No, there's a lot of things coming up down the line, and I appreciate the praise and the support, and without Bucs Report, without this platform, without the dude, without all of you guys, it doesn't run the way it should run. So while I'll take the praise as well. I mean, I'll take it, but everyone else deserves praise as well because we all crushed it this week between written content, video content, draft shows, draft parties, everything. We all deserve to really get that praise. But as far as that, I've got a little bit of a downtime here. I'll look back at these prospects. I took today off partially because I celebrated a little bit too hard last night. But I'll be having my own draft grades come out. We'll be diving into some of these different things that are going on in the draft. And then after that, we're 2 weeks away from minicamp coming. So minicamp's going to start on the 15th. We'll be there covering it, giving you hopefully some live pictures, some live, some footage from these guys, these tryout players, these undrafted free agents, and the first look at these rookies on the field. So
nice.
Should be an exciting time.
Hey guys, can I tease a show right now, real quick? You don't mind?
Of course,
Absolutely not.
Of course.
Well, it just so happens, you guys. Hopefully, guys and girls, you've seen me. I'm on Wednesday nights. I'm co-host with Mr. Harry the Greek on the Over Under. Okay, and today is May 2nd, which really doesn't have much significance. But a week from Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but from a week from Wednesday is going to be May what? Anybody?
Cinco de Mayo.
No, May 12th. Which makes which May 12th, and that means that over.
Whoa!
Yes, sir. We that on the May 12th.
You're just gonna skip right over. Wait,
no.
What's today? What's
Tuesday.
Tuesday? The 2nd?
Tuesday.
All right, never mind.
No,
I was gonna say you're gonna skip over May the 4th.
Yeah,
like
that's
that?
what I was saying.
Star Wars Day, but that's a Tuesday night, not Wednesday.
I got May the 4th. I got May the 4th.
No, Jacob, we've got
Jacob's got May the 4th.
Of the Hard Count Football Podcast live.
The days are all blending together. I don't know what day. I just found out it was May today. I had no idea.
Right? It's May. Hey, not only don't forget now, guys and girls, it's National Mental Health Awareness Month, and we'll be covering that throughout the month. But don't forget, hey, Mike, Teresa, Matt, all of you guys, join in on that Wednesday night because that's when we finally find out what games the Bucs are playing and who they play and where next year. And we've all got and that's the schedule day, May 12th.
It's National Receptionist Day, man. What are you talking about? Right?
Nice.
Oh, I'm gonna be receiving.
Do we have that anymore?
Hey, this Wednesday, if I don't see you and Harry with some maracas and a sombrero on, I'm going to be really upset. You guys better get real creative. You have, 4 days, 3 days, 2 days, whatever it is.
I would pay so much money to see Harry in a sombrero.
Oh God, don't even go there.
Oh,
But
that'd be
Jacob, tell
great.
me, Jacob, you're our guy that knows around the NFL. Other than your Jets, who I say the Jets had at least, you got to go a couple of years forward. What other teams? Give me a couple other teams that you would give at least a B- or an A- or B+ in their draft for the weekend.
I'll go with the Cleveland Browns. I think
Okay.
they had a really, really good draft, getting Greg Newsome in the first round, and then having Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah falling all the way down to him in the second. That was a slip for him that I wasn't expecting, because he was a first-round guy in basically all the mocks I saw. But man, who else had a really, really, really solid draft? The Colts. I think the Colts had a really good draft.
Yes.
Getting Kwity Paye, I don't know what I've said for the second time. I do not know what the Giants were doing. I like that they got the first rounder next year, but
Giants, if you take the Giants and you swip their picks around, I'm 100% fine with that. Let's just pretend that they got Azeez Ojulari in the first and Kadarius Toney in the second and a first rounder next year. Hell of a draft by the Giants.
Yeah.
New England
Giants
got the Veins of Steel vote, just staying put till they're.
Yeah, New England didn't do too bad.
Oh yeah, New England.
That had
Great
to be
point.
New England did pretty well.
all day.
Another team that did just sneaky good, wasn't too flashy and stuff like that, is the Chargers. Like the Chargers arguably may have gotten the best offensive line in this draft. They drafted a Canadian, just saying.
Yeah.
They did really, really good. Like they basically set the tone for the rest of that division. That's like, if you don't get an offensive line, we're coming after your quarterback.
Well, let me ask you this.
That's what everyone did.
Cincinnati needed an offensive line to give Joe Burrow some time, but do you guys like him going and getting Jamar Chase?
I love Cincy's draft. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I love that draft.
Jamar Chase is going to be probably up for NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year next year if Joe Burrow gets the time in the pocket to connect with his old LSU mate.
Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
They got Jamar Chase, right? And then you're like, okay, they should have went tackle. Then they grabbed Jackson Carman.
Not bad. Not bad.
But then the guy I really liked that they took a little bit later down the board, Deontay Smith out of East Carolina, 2020 Offensive Player of the Year in the SEC. We're talking about the SEC. That was a great pick. I'm trying to. They got Cam Sample, Joseph Osai, absolute Tyler Shelvin. They absolutely nailed the draft. I mean, Chris Evans, Captain America, they grabbed. I might have taken someone else before him, one of these other running backs that were still available. I think Khalil Herbert was still available, as was Demetric Felton. I thought they would be, but still, Trey Hill too can be a starting center this year. Their draft class was amazing. Jamar Chase, Jackson Carman, Joseph Osai, Cam Sample, Deontay Smith, Tyler Shelvin, Trey Hill, absolutely killed it. And they drafted a kicker too.
I'll say this.
Go ahead, Jacob. Yeah.
Two teams I really like that drafted that aren't gonna that don't really haven't really gotten talked about. I was more focused on the Jets, but I loved the Vikings draft this year. I think they had a really. I mean, they get Christian Darrisaw. I like that Kellen Mond pick a ton because it gives that quarterback room some competition. They
get Wyatt Davis.
They get Wyatt Davis. I really like that draft. And guys, I know it's not probably going to do much for them next season, but the Lions had a really, really solid draft this year.
Yeah, buddy.
Sewell, they lock up Penei Sewell. They get Amon-Ra St. Brown. I love him. They got another receiver I really like. They signed.
And they got Derek Barnes too, the linebacker who can play edge, dropping coverage. He was one of my best bets for the Bucs. But
how about the Dolphins? They go and they get the receiver there from
Alabama, Chaz Surratt too.
Tua.
Yeah.
Well, then and Miami gets Rousseau, the defensive end from the Hurricanes, right there. So I mean, Jacob, the AFC East is going to get quite competitive next year, as we kind of knew they were anyway.
Oh, the Jets killed it too. I mean, Elijah Moore, Michael Carter, the running back one. Then you grab a guy like Elijah Vera Tucker to pair with. I mean, the quarterback's going to be a bust, but all three of those other players were great. Did you actually see the video of Michael Carter running over Michael Carter?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Did you see that?
Two guys with one of them's from Duke, the other one's from UNC. Both have the same exact name. How crazy and rare is that? I mean, that's just nuts.
One thing that you guys the big takeaway from this draft, in my opinion, that I've seen a lot of these teams do, whether they already had their franchise quarterback or whether they drafted their franchise quarterback, is 4 teams put teammates in college back together. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase,
Right.
Travis Etienne, and Trevor Lawrence. You got
Yep.
Jalen Waddle, and then you got
No, Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts and
Thank you.
Jalen Waddle and Tua.
Thank you. And so it's keeping that winning mentality that they did have, and with such the unknowns that was going on in COVID, it almost led to assume that these were going to happen. And I did talk about it early in the season that this was something that a lot of people would probably look at, and I didn't necessarily see the Jacksonville Jaguars pulling the trigger on the Travis Etienne thing, but once you kind of look at it on paper, it's like, it's a pretty damn good draft by the Jacksonville Jaguars as well, and just by all those teams that actually decided, you know what, maybe we should start rekindling these little relationships that these guys had in college and see what they can do in the big leagues. Because like Joshua said, the Cincinnati Bengals' offensive line is, everybody's like, oh, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. It's not bad. It's kind of like the Buccaneers a couple years ago, where everyone's like, oh, the Buccaneers offensive line is crap. It wasn't bad. The first 3 guys in the interior were the best in the league, arguably, and everything else needed improvement. The Bengals are going to try and get as many offensive linemen as they obviously can. They always overpay. But the one thing that they did is Joe Burrow said, I want Jamar Chase. And if I'm Cincinnati, it's like, oh, whatever you want.
Like,
please stay.
Yes, please take him. We will take him for
well, that's going to do him a lot of good. That's going to do him a lot of good when he's playing on his back. He needs to get protected.
Ouch.
But see, that might actually
got to be able to hand up and throw the ball.
That might actually lead to, and I do agree, it's not the best case scenario. But if you want to talk about, say, for dynasty purposes or even big yard plays, if he's just going to toss it up, he's got 3 really damn good wide receivers to bring it in, and one guy that he knows he can just kind of toss the ball somewhere, and Jamar's going to be there anyway. So
yeah, I can imagine that Coach Zach Taylor there in Cincinnati is going to have him. We talk about rookie quarterbacks, some of them going through a sophomore slump, but I think when you're reuniting him with Jamar Chase and you get him to get rid of that ball just a little bit sooner, and we saw that with Tom Brady coming to Tampa Bay, right? He gets rid of that ball a second and a half sooner, and you're talking about interceptions and quarterback sacks versus with Jameis, whereas with Tom Brady, you're getting completions and touchdowns. So, yeah, definitely. There was some good – I have not seen too many teams that I would just go – even with the Steelers take Najee Harris there, the running back. They still needed a running back there, and now you might give Ben Roethlisberger a little chance to have a little energy for the later in the season. So there's a lot of teams that had a decent draft.
I really disliked the Steelers draft this year. I'm sorry.
It was absolutely terrible.
Yep.
The best pick was Quincy Roche. That was the best.
In the 6th round, that was dope.
Pat Frymouth with the 2nd rounder.
I fully expect.
You know who killed it this year? The Chicago Bears killed it.
Oh. Listen to Josh.
Sorry, go ahead, Jacob.
I think the Bears killed it, man. You trade up for Justin Fields. You get your quarterback finally. I don't care what you have to give up. I don't care if you have to give up another first rounder. You get that quarterback at pick number 11 with the upside that Fields has. And then you get Tevin Jenkins in the 2nd round that all lock up that offensive line. And I know a lot of people didn't like that Travis Etienne pick with the Jaguars at first because it was like whatever. But realistically, Travis Etienne wouldn't have been there at pick number 33 for them. Someone in that slew of picks between 25 and 32 would have picked him. I think the Bills were looking at him. I'm sure there were teams in the upper 32 looking at him. The Bucs might have even taken him if it's sitting there. We don't know. But then you get Tyson Campbell, you get your corner, and then you get Walker Little, who I loved as an offensive lineman, both in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
I really liked those picks. And I think that the more I look at that Etienne pick, poor James Robinson, guys. This draft, can we talk about how many teams, in terms of running back value and like fantasy and stuff, just got absolutely shattered? Oh my god!
And you know who had a really good draft too that kind of stinks because they're in division? The Panthers.
Yeah.
The Panthers ended up getting J.C. Horn in the first. They moved back multiple times. Then they grabbed Terrace Marshall, the wide receiver from LSU, which a lot of people had him going in the first at the same spot. They come back and they needed an offensive lineman. They passed them in the first 2 rounds. Then they grab Brady Christensen in the 3rd round, which I thought was a steal. They get Tommy Tremble, who's already an amazing blocking tight end, but was underutilized in the passing game at Notre Dame, to go with Sam Darnold. I think that's going to be a nice security blanket for him, and also added protection, right? Because you can keep him on the line to block. So, I mean, they did a heck of a job. They had other really good picks too later down in the draft too. Trying to look at them through my notes.
Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard. They got Chuba Hubbard, which to me is a Ronald Jones clone. The guy can run like no other. Problem is he can't pass block for shit. He still work.
That's one. That's one. That's okay. That's okay. Everyone gets 2. That's just one. It's all good, Josh.
It's always.
I heard myself.
After we give you all this love, Josh, and then you go.
You can't pass block. I'm used to being on North Sports, all right? So I can say what I want.
That's true. That's true.
And he can't catch the ball, so it's something he's got to work on. But
I'd have thought it'd be Desrochers that would have dropped that. Sorry, man.
And they're still young, right?
That is still young. I might drop another one on my way out just to get on my way just to do it. But
no, I know it wouldn't be. Steven, I know you wouldn't do it because you just got too much. That voice does it for you, man. All you gotta do
and they got Davian Nixon.
Yes, sir.
Davian Nixon.
Yeah. No, they did have a great draft.
Another
good draft.
An underrated signing because he never got drafted, but everyone talks about the Falcons. Great pick with the Kyle Pitts and stuff like that. Do you guys ever remember a player named Darren Sproles?
Yeah,
he's like 5'8", 5'9". Yeah, and he ended up coming in our division there for a couple of years with the Saints, I believe it was, and ended up doing pretty good. And then he went to the Eagles. Yeah, the Falcons ended up getting Javion Hawkins, which is a Louisville running back. And in my opinion, looking at his tape, he is a Darren Sproles clone if he gets the right type of development. And I think in Arthur Smith's system, he might. And even for dynasty or fantasy relevance and stuff like that, if you play year to year, you're not going to give a dang about this guy. If you play dynasty like myself, this is a guy that you're eyeing up and you're like, this might actually be something because everyone's going to be like the 3-6-6 wide receivers that they basically now have. And then there's this tiny, tiny, tiny little running back that they're going to be able to toss to. And I love that underrated signing there at Atlanta.
And they had a guy named Newhouse in Dallas back in the day that was built like that, where he's like 2 inches off the ground and nobody could hit him in the waist because he was just so damn short. And so it was great.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Mike.
No,
I'm done. I was going to say the thought that popped into my head.
I apologize. Go on.
Go ahead, Steven. Go ahead, Steven.
Hey, just real quick, I want to say a few things real quick. First of all, Jacob, congrats on the draft with the Jets. Your team definitely got better. That's the good news. The bad news is so every other team in your division. So good luck with that this year. Secondly, JCA, I want to say you, my brother, you are a machine, bro. I watched you in the draft, and one of my favorite moments was when the drunk guys attacked you and Rick, and you would not get off of the draft. Dude, that was hilarious. I was laughing my butt off.
I couldn't break concentration. I was in there.
That's good practice,
you were in the
Josh.
zone,
That's
bro.
very
good.
good.
Yeah, he was. Seemed like you got a little jealous, though. Somebody got a little jealous when Rick was talking to Bond, like, I saw you getting me up with that girl.
No, I've got my own beautiful blonde at home.
Yes, you do.
I was going to say.
Hey, Ray, watch the way you say that.
Wait. Oh, me? No, I was saying no.
Yes, you do.
Taylor's a sweetheart. But, the thing I wanted to say, though, we were talking about the Falcons and the Panthers and the Saints and the other teams getting better. And, guys, if we were talking about a Buccaneers team that just take away the offense for a minute, if we were just talking about this Todd Bowles defense, number one against the rush, that back end coming on so strong last season, our linebackers looking like world beaters, and then that defensive line, even with the Tryon addition for depth. But, even if it was just that, I'd be looking at how we're going to play these other 3 teams in our division and go, okay, we got to lock it down. But now you put in the fact that our offense is going to be coming into its own, and the fact that we've got both sides of the ball. It's just going to make 2021 so darned exciting.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see what the Bucs are going to be able to do. I can't wait to see if these borders are going to open so that I can actually take my family down and see a game, it's probably not going to happen for quite a
All
while.
you gotta do is
you can only get
we'll go together.
It doesn't matter if it's legal or not. Just come across the border, wave at a cop. Hey, I'm illegal. They'll say, hey, have a bus ticket to anywhere USA, and you can go right down to Tampa.
They will
On my
look.
dime.
They will look at this beard and say, "Sir, are you from Montana?" And I'll say no, and they'd be like, "Can you put your hands up, please?"
Oh,
And
no,
like, what the heck?
Andrew,
Just get down. If you can even get like halfway, just meet me at MetLife and we'll watch the Bucs play the Jets together.
if they get a load of Andrew walking across the border, they're going to put him in a cage for a month.
Oh yeah, Jacob, that game's in New York, right?
In New York at MetLife.
Wow,
We're all going to
that's
be
awesome.
Jacob's putting us all up that weekend.
Oh yeah.
I'm going up to New England for that
Mike
game.
said he has a Mike, don't you have a condo down there in Tampa?
I have a condo 1 hour from the stadium.
Nice.
Oh, bro.
All right.
I got season tickets, bro. Let's do it.
Most underrated signing of the entire draft.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Jacob.
Underrated
Kenny
signing.
Yeboah.
Like underrated,
Yeah.
like draft pick.
No, draft signing.
Undrafted free agent signing. Kenny Yeboah of the New York Jets.
Oh.
Almost. Oh no, I mean it's got to be Dylan Moses if his injuries check out, or it's got to be Marvin Wilson if he can get his head on straight. Are you talking about undrafted free agents?
Yeah.
Yeah, those two are hands down number 1 and 2.
It's funny because on Tuesday I will have my.
There it is.
Look at that.
The Bucs are keeping the pick.
Who is that?
Oh, that was Josh again from last night. The Bucs are keeping the
Yeah,
pick,
but
and they're going to
who-
go with Joe.
Who was that?
Who?
Keep it down in
That's
Teresa.
strike 2.
Was that Teresa again?
No,
Wait,
it's
I'll see
okay.
Teresa.
You're out of here.
Hey,
Okay.
you leave. You guys leave Teresa alone.
I'm a
That's my
mystery.
girl.
I got to
Leave her
do
alone.
some sort of mischief.
Teresa's like, I'm not leaving.
Hey,
I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving.
You don't.
I'm not leaving.
You keep playing
I'm
that,
not
Teresa.
leaving.
The show goes on.
What I want is the one with Rick trying to talk to that girl. That one.
That's hilarious.
Absolutely.
He was working it. He was working. The first night, they're like, yeah, you got to ride home from the DJ, Alan something. I said, did you say Allie something? What a stud.
Go,
Well, no, it was like Alan something. I don't
It
know.
was funny because I'm doing the North Sports show live with my co-host there, and Johnny was on, and Johnny gets a message or something like that. It says you should just check out the Bucs report for a quick second. Like Rick has got his face is as red as my beard here, and we're like, what? So we pop it on, and I can see it. I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun.
Yes.
So yeah, that's also another reason why
She was a
Rick
cutie.
got fired.
She was definitely attractive.
Hey guys, we own that, but Joshua, you'll be. I'm sure Josh will be the first to admit. Teresa, Steven, Matt, Mike, if any of y'all could have been there, it would have just been even that much better. So we'll keep doing it, and we'll work to get us all in there, and we'll just have a blowout because having you guys there live, we can all be getting on the mic, sharing our part, but we'll keep doing it live until you guys can make it here. We're in that much better and safer and awesome place, and then we'll do it all together because that's just gonna be a party.
Yeah, hopefully closer to the stadium too. Hopefully closer to the stadium.
Yep.
Well,
We need
there's
a
an
Bucs report.
alternative too.
What's that, Mike?
We need a Bucs report field trip to Florida.
Yes, we do. Yes,
Buddy,
I do.
Just get an RV and start in Canada and just stop in every state and pick everybody up on the way down, like a Muppet movie, like a country bears or something.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Mike, I've already came up with this big extravagant idea that if that ever happened, where I had enough money where I could actually get an RV, me and the fiance are doing our own road trip, coming down and then go to San Diego and then come all the way back up eventually. But believe me, if I could do like a Bucs report, all inclusive RV, and you stop across Canada and you meet all the Buccaneer fans in a couple of cities and stuff like that, believe me, buddy, I totally would, and the content would be absolutely amazing. No way! Yeah.
Well, who was that?
Absolutely no way.
It's a 3-hour flight from Winnipeg to Tampa.
Hey,
That was Rick. That was Rick trying to get out of the box.
Yeah, it was.
No way.
We have a huge tailgate in Atlanta every year when we play the Bucs.
Is that where you're at, Teresa? In
When
Atlanta?
Falcons play the Bucs.
I plan on going to
Huge
Atlanta.
tailgate. We had 600 people there.
I plan on going
So
to
are you
Atlanta. I
actually
plan
in
on going to
Atlanta?
Carolina, New Orleans, and New England.
Yeah, I'm
I plan on
outside
going
of
to
Atlanta.
4.
I could go to Atlanta. That's not that far.
So we're all going.
Well, I'm
to
waiting for the
Teresa.
schedule to come out. Yeah.
Don't forget
thought you
Wednesday,
tickets,
May
David.
12th.
I got a big backyard, young parking RV.
There you go,
back there.
Trees. That's all we need. No RV. We do it with
Well, I
tents.
got a place to stay, so I'm okay. You guys want to join?
Hey,
Guys, it's been a pleasure. I
won't ever leave.
I'm gonna pop out of here. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, okay.
Andrew Faubert, congratulations. Next episode, I want you chugging
come on,
some
JCA.
maple syrup.
right,
Hey, I've had a busy week. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
buddy.
relax and hang out with the wife and maybe watch a TV show or something. Hey, I might even go watch a new episode of the Mighty Ducks. You know, keep it Canadian, keep
Hey.
it hockey.
There you go.
There
The
you
theme
go.
of the night.
There you go.
I don't know. Maybe have a couple of the shots of maple syrup now that I'm feeling a little froggy. But
Oh yeah. Now, hey Josh, tell us where we
Mix a
can
little
find
bit
the
of
artists
that
working.
Jägermeister.
Yeah, Josh.
You'll be in good shape.
Yeah, Josh, tell us where everybody can find you here, buddy.
yeah, you guys can find me on the Audible every Thursday at 8:30. Make the right call. Tune in here to the Audible every Thursday at 8:30. Maybe a new date coming. I might have a new date. Trying to maybe switch things around and
Not May 12th.
no, not
Or
May
May
4th. No. I might
kidding.
have
May
I might have
4th.
Mr. Charnow set me up on Tuesdays. I don't know, looking into it though, which would be nice. It'd be a busy night for Charno because he's my halftime dude. So he'd have a show, wait about 45 minutes, and then have another show. But he could probably handle it. I think he's got a lot on his plate, but I think he could handle it. But
That's Jacob's new nickname is halftime.
also, Twitter at Joshua_C_Allen. There'll be press conferences coming this week. I'm sure I'll be live tweeting those out as I'll be in them. Written content coming your way. And guys, minicamp is now officially, what is today, the 2nd? It is 13 days away. So we're going to get our first look at these guys at practice, at minicamp in about 13 days. Kyle Trask, Joe Tryon, Robert Hainsey, Chris Wilcox, KJ Britt, Grant Stewart, and all the undrafted guys that they brought in. We'll get a look at them all in whatever tryouts as well. So right around the corner. I'll be all over it. We'll be all over it here at Bucs Report. Thank you guys for having me. Andrew, thank you. Congratulations, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Much appreciated, Josh.
You know what, JCA, your life sucks, man.
Whoa! Let's go! Oh my God! Jets Twitter, go crazy! Okay, Jets Twitter went crazy. I didn't think he was ready for that. That's all good. So, as Josh was saying, we got training camp coming up here pretty soon, or mini camps, and like I said, the name that keeps popping up and the name that everybody keeps on hating on that I keep seeing is Trask. And I just want to keep telling you all, he's not coming for Tom Brady's job. If worse comes to worse, it's going to be another person coming in and backing him up. Everybody just relax.
Are there people who think that? Are there people who think he's coming in for Tom Brady's job? Oh my goodness.
Steven, my friend, there was times that I went on Twitter today and I saw people go, I would have rather had Jameis Winston be signed than draft Kyle Trask. I've seen takes where people are like, he is going to be the worst quarterback we've ever had, and he only has to throw 2 passes. And I actually thought that was funny that they said the 2 and it wasn't just the 1. I'll give that props. It was kind of a funny joke. But I have seen just some atrocious stuff, and I will even have some stupid stuff that Bucs say on here eventually. Like I said, I just kind of got the news and wanted to make sure that everybody likes the Canadian and everybody knows that you can come here and we can have these talks. You can rent.
It's a safe place.
Yes, Canadians. Sorry, Mike. I thought actually you popped out when the screen went from like 1,900 people to 6. Your bottom left?
Bottom right.
There we go. Okay, I was like, wait, hold on. I know that the Americans do the inches and stuff like that, and we do the millimeters and all that kind of fun stuff. So
I'm just waiting to see Mike pop out. Oh wait,
there he is. Welcome back, Jacob. Did you have to watch those jet hype videos, eh?
Okay. So here's what I did.
Uh-oh.
This is super random, and I'm waiting for it to load into it because it takes a little bit. I went. And because, everyone loves watching people get the draft calls. I think that's one of the best things to watch. It's so hype watching the players get their draft calls from the teams and like, hey, we're going to take you. One of my favorite things to watch. What we're going to watch in just a second is I clipped it from my live stream. Me finding out that the Jets traded up in the draft is I clipped it. I just created that, and that's what I was doing for the last 2.5 minutes. So while this loads in, because it's taking forever, and I'm really,
I had
really
no idea this was coming. Everybody, I apologize.
This is
Sorry.
impromptu.
We're gonna all have show and tell. Is that how we're gonna roll around here?
Hey, I want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's got videos that they're going to want to
while
start
we're
bringing
waiting
up
for
on
that-
the cheap seat. We're going to be kicked off of the air as soon as we get to Steven's videos.
Well-
I can tell you that much.
Oh,
It's
that's
loading.
hey, speaking
Steven's
of
gonna
which,
give
hey
us a lesson
Teresa,
in tantric
hey
sex.
Teresa,
Don't
how
know
you
what that
doing?
is. I heard
All
about
right.
it once.
while we're waiting, I'll give my opinion on this Kyle Trask stuff because I'll stick to the conversation we were having instead of being the worst guest of all time on air.
No, you are all good, buddy. You're all good.
I was sitting there, and I think we were talking about it. I've talked about it with literally everybody. I think everyone here on Bucs was like, they're definitely going to take Kyle Trask. Like, at some point, they are going to take him if he is there at the end of the first round. And there's other quarterbacks I would have rather had. I think Davis Mills would have been someone I would have rather had, and Kellen Mond too. I don't know. Like, I'm not the biggest. I'm not a fan of any of those late round guys as franchise quarterbacks or whatever. But like, to let him sit behind Tom Brady, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Like, it is what it is. I don't think it's the biggest deal. But I'll give you this right now. My video is ready to roll. Andrew, if you're good with me rolling it.
I think Andrew got called out by a kid.
No. I literally was just on the sidelines for 2 seconds, everybody. Jacob, roll camera.
Let's roll it. This is my reaction to, you know what? You'll see it.
No way! No way! Guys, the Jets are on the clock! The Jets are oh my god! Yo! Elijah Vera Tucker! Come on! Give me AVT, baby! Oh my god! Yes! We got AVT! Oh my god! Let's go! Oh my god! Jets Twitter, go crazy! Jets Nation! Oh my god!
How did you really feel there, Jacob? That was awesome.
Man,
I'm not even gonna lie. This is everyone in this chat is gonna laugh. And I told everyone that I want to be completely honest and transparent when I get on this show. I'm not gonna lie about anything. I'm gonna be completely honest with anything that I've ever said before. Jacob looked exactly how I looked in that video when we drafted Vernon Hargreaves.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going to lie. I was in the city of Calgary. I was at the Calgary Expo. I had just met Stan Lee himself, and he had signed my Deadpool comic. It was awesome.
Nice.
May he rest in peace. That being said, I was really hyped about him because he was a Florida kid. I love for me as a Bucs fan, anybody who wants to be a Buccaneer in the draft, and if they're there when we can pick, I want him. And when he said, I want to be a Buccaneer, and I was like, you know what? I don't even care if you got owned by Kelvin Benjamin in college. I want you here. I want you to play here. And he played here for a couple of years. And he won us one game with one good little strip out of Christian McCaffrey's arms, and he was gone 3 weeks later.
That was a good hit, though.
That was a great hit. But I just wanted everyone to know that Jacob's reaction there was to a T. Basically, me when Vernon Hargreaves was drafted.
Unadulterated.
Well, that fantastic about the pick, doesn't it, Andrew?
So, Jacob, that's how I felt when we drafted out.
You know what was crazy about that video with Jacob?
What's that?
I believe he actually got younger. He actually got younger. I was like, is he like 13?
Yeah,
he went back in time. I was like, who's that kid?
Now you know what
himself younger.
You know what I saw in that video? I saw the viewing room that Jacob's going to have is when we go up there for the Jets game. We're all going to sit in that game and watch whatever football's on because that looks like a pretty darn good game viewing room there, Jacob.
Oh yeah,
that's all got a crowd in there when we.
We're all going to be in there.
Very crowded.
I'm bringing Ruth.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Somebody has money. Good for you.
Oh, I don't got any money.
Do you think it's Jacob that has the money right now? He is 17 years old. Unless
Steven, how much money do you think I'm making from this thing here? Steven,
do you live in New York? You're living around the New York area, right?
I'm about 15 minutes away from the city.
Okay, so yeah, Steven, he's living that life. He's living that New York life to be living that lifestyle right now, okay? He's not going to school.
His first apartment's going to be smaller than his bedroom. He works in the city. It's terrible.
Yeah, but if he's working for the Jets, he doesn't mind where he lives, do you, Jacob?
Yeah, that's fair.
He's working player evaluation.
I actually think Jacob's secretly a hedge fund broker.
Hold on. Do you guys want to hear something weird? Like I said, I'll bring up the American Canadian facts. I think I'll do a different segment eventually, kind of once I get the roots in. But it's funny. I found out the other day, like I know a lot of Americans, and I say Americans very like friendly. You are Americans. You are my friends. And a lot of people have told me that it is like impossible to live in New York. And I looked up the prices, compared it in the States, and then I looked at a couple of cities here in Canada and compared it to the prices that we have. And Mike would actually probably be a little bit weird. It actually is cheaper to live in New York than it is to live in the city of Toronto or Vancouver.
Wow.
Is that right?
Yeah, to get like a 1-bedroom apartment in Toronto is just like, first of all, it's not available from what I've understood. And at least in New York, like you can get some, and I say this lightly, some scrum apartments and stuff like that. Everybody's got to start somewhere when you want to make it on Broadway. I totally understand. But it's the same thing in Toronto, but nobody goes to that Broadway. And that being said, it's Canada Broadway. It's called Canada, and it's not very fun. So in Toronto and Vancouver, it's not to say overcrowded. It's just very, very, very expensive. And I look at New York and I look at that as like if you want to start by yourself and still be able to have this access of many people and stuff like that, you would obviously want to start in New York, even if you want to, only have $20 left to your name. But if you want to do the same thing in Canada, just go to Toronto or Vancouver. So.
Well, New York's had a
it's not very crowded and has a lot of people. It's not very crowded and has a lot of people. As far as lots of things to do and very affordable. Texas.
No,
I've heard.
Baby. Come on down.
Texas and Florida.
You got it, brother.
Texas.
See, but then that would make my daddy upset because I left Ontario here in Canada to go to Alberta, which is basically the Texas of Canada. So he'd be like, oh, now you're just going to go to actual Texas. I'd be like, well, yeah, they got some nice sports teams and they got actual basketball teams and baseball teams there, Dad.
And they have perpetual construction on every interstate that you're going to drive.
Yes.
Okay, actually, hold on. Before, I know Ray was going to say something, and I'm going to let Ray speak here. But before I allowed that, everyone in Texas the last like 2 to 3 years, I think it's like 2 out of 4 or 5 years now, I've had like a little winter storm that's come in for 2 weeks, and I rest in peace and all that kind of stuff to the winter storm that happened this year. I'm not talking about the actual storm. I'm talking about like the roads itself.
Yes, it's terrible.
How it doesn't make any sense how people just can't drive on the roads in Texas and on all these, say, the southern states when they get snow. It makes no sense to me. Like because up here, sorry, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
2 chains. Number one,
2 chains.
No such thing as studded snow tires in Texas. But when they do have the ice, people don't have the common sense. Because when I learned how to drive on ice, they told me in school, you go half as fast, brake twice as early, and watch out for the side roads because that jackass ain't going to stop.
That's true.
If you put that mantra in your head, you will not get a dent. But they can't do that. It's the same way here in Oklahoma, and they get ice storms here. We don't get snow. We get ice storms more often than not. And these people just drive like it's July, sunny, dry weather in the middle of Montana, 110 miles an hour. You can't do it.
There was a snowstorm, I think, 2 days after I got my license here, back in January, and no one had really I had heard and I didn't really think about it, how to drive in the snow on ice and stuff like that. And I had to drive, and normally I wouldn't even have been on the road, but I had to drive. It happened while I was in school. It was sunny the morning of, and then it happened while I was in school, and no one had cleared the roads, and it was bad as I was leaving. And I was driving home on a side road, and imagine on the second day you get your license, I'm coming around on something, and my car does a full 720 and spins out of control. and I'm so and the car stops, and normally everyone else would be like screaming or like scared or crying or whatever. I'm sitting there like in like shock, and I'm like,
what just happened?
And I got home.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I got home and my dad, I didn't say anything. My dad looked on my face. He goes, "You spin out of control." I was like,
I'm learning, Dad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And he's like, and I'm driving a car. Like, I drive a Jeep Cherokee. Like, I think that car should hold up in the snow. I was in snow mode on my car. That thing does not hold up no matter how.
That's a rich person's car.
It's a profile. If you
I'm kidding.
Yeah, it is. I was thinking about that. More money, more money, more money.
Hey, Andrew. Sorry.
Go ahead,
guys.
Go ahead, Ray.
Everyone. I hope you can forgive me, but I got to bounce. I got to get this dog home. She's getting really thirsty here. But thanks again for having me and Andrew.
Quit drinking our water, Ray.
It wasn't water, and I shouldn't have drank it, Matt. But anyway, looking forward to it. Thanks for having me on here tonight, guys and girls. Thanks for everyone for all your support this weekend with the draft, and then continuing to move forward. We'll have the announce party. Then it's going to be the preseason camps, and we've all got it. We're going to have it all for you here on Bucs Report, and keep it with us. We're just loving every minute of it. And please hit that share button. Just hit that share button once or twice. And like I always say, I promise you, we will not bother you with anything that's not important, Buccaneer related, or going to make you laugh.
That's right. And I appreciate you coming on, Ray, as
Love you,
per
Ray.
usual.
Love you, Ray.
Love you, Steve. Love you guys. We'll see you guys real soon.
Thank you again, and I will be
good
seeing
night,
you again
man.
soon, buddy. Have yourself a good one.
Night, everybody.
Hi, Ray.
Keep it on the straight and narrow.
Yeah. Now, the one thing I did want to say, and then we're going to get to some of this fan comments here, because I kind of want to see if the fans are okay with having, a Canadian host and a Canadian miscreant and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's going to be accepted. We'll see. Let me know if you accept me. But the one thing before we get to the fans, we were just talking about the winner here. Listen, I would kill to go to a Buffalo Bills game in the middle of a blizzard. Like, all stats aside, it doesn't matter necessarily what kind of a player you are. It's just a whole fun mess, and I'm all for it.
That's the way it used to be when I was a kid. The Vikings used to play at the Metro.
Yep.
I think it was Metropolitan Stadium. It was wide open, and there's drunks out there, 280-pound drunks, no shirts on, winds blowing at about 100 miles an hour east to west, and snow just going sideways.
Oh my God!
And that was what you watched. You're like, how in the hell these people do that? There and in Green Bay, and back in the day, that was something.
See, I was going to say though, Green Bay and I say MetLife Stadium, because that's where the Jets and the Giants play, right? Yeah. So MetLife Stadium, the Steelers Stadium, they get like that really hard lake or ocean, like sleet and snow that comes in. Buffalo gets that nice, beautiful. Oh, this is a blizzard.
Oh,
this is nuts.
Oh, it's snowing.
Yeah, those are the games I absolutely appreciate. The ones that do suck, and I would say, like, for all play, because I've played in it too. I've played in a blizzard where I kicked the only 3 points I ever had in high school in that game, and I couldn't see 2 feet in front of me. It was awesome. I've also played in games that were literally minus 42 in the wind chill, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not going out there, guys. It's not happening.
Well, they won't do that anymore.
Well, I mean,
yeah. Oh my God.
In the States they do. Here in Canada, it's like suck it up, Mother Russia. I mean, Mother Canada. All right, so let's see what some of these fans here. Tehran looks like a beast. This he does. Matt Colson, he's right here. Says, "What's up, y'all? Love the Trask pick. Not happy about Trask." See, and we're gonna get those in the comment section here. Kyle Trask's dad, good or bad? I am getting a jersey. Well, I would hope so. If your son's gonna buy it for you, I'm assuming.
Is that really his dad?
No, it is not. I'm just assuming with the last name. It's a relative. You gotta go with it. Tryon will get playing time subbing for the starters. Good pick. It's just like the Khalil Davis draft, or not Khalil Davis draft. Davis draft. His first name slips my mind here. And also having Sheldon come in and, Roaches. It's just the rotation for when the guys need to pop out, and for some odd reason, we're still on the field. You're damn right it is. Fergs isn't any louder than normal, but we are just Matt, you're not old, okay?
Oh, yeah.
You are like fine wine. You just get better with age, my friend.
Yeah, but the more you think about it, you drink fine wine in a quieter place than you do whiskey. Think about that.
That's true. That's true. Depending on the whiskey as well. Trask was a great pick. See, Teresa, we didn't have a glaring need anywhere, so everyone we got was really easily expendable if they don't cut it. And see, that's one of the reasons why I think that we traded up to get that third player. His name actually, Dayton. There we go. Or Dalen.
That fourth rounder.
The third rounder we traded up. Sorry, yeah, the fourth rounder there. Jalen Darden. There we go.
Yeah,
I was actually
a special teams guy.
Yes, I was actually really happy, and I actually asked Josh on his show that. I was like, you think this is more of a returner with the whole Mickens situation and in the offseason? And he's like, I'm thinking so. And I'm like, perfect. And you know what? I would have traded some more picks if we absolutely needed, because our practice roster looks like it can go up against anybody's practice roster right now. Hi, Rick. My name is not Rick, but that was at the beginning of the season, beginning of the show. Don't worry. That's me, guys. A little bit of comedic flair. This is also like a little platform for me to try it. And it's not that great. I know that's why you can tune into everybody else's show on Bucs Report. And I'm here later on at night. It's on a Sunday.
Dude, this is like Faux Bear. Dude, you need your own show. Like, you need this show. And then you need to do like 5 shows a week, man. If you have you need 5 shows a week. We need a day of Faux Bear.
I am planning on the whole TikTok thing. Like, me and my fiance, like, she makes these funny videos and stuff like that. And she's kind of showed me, and I was like, all right, it's time to pull out the tickle trunks. Not necessarily that way, but my tickle trunks of costumes, and start getting those out and, get back to my old self where I made these crazy antic videos, which I had one that comes up in a yearly anniversary on Facebook where I'm in a bunch of dresses, but that's neither here or there. Joshua really on it.
It's the Justin Turner of Bucs Report.
Wait, what? Wait. Whoa. You can't just gloss them.
talking about wearing dresses and shit.
Okay, if you really need to know, Steven, there's a video of me that does a compilation of was it Britney Spears, Spice Girls, Selena Gomez, Shania Twain. I do a bunch of those videos, and I do there's random dresses that I put on, and I kind of mouth the word.
I must have it. I must have that.
I will find a way to get that to you. Don't you worry. As for the rest of these fans who don't want to see that, Trask was best quarterback, most yards and touchdowns. Come on, everyone. Share the link. Get your friends on here, too. Hey, new miscreants are always welcome. I believe the link is in the chat, and if it's not, I will make sure to get it in there. Christopher Cole, JCA is the next Kuiper. Listen, as long as he doesn't yell at me. No. Hey, I think he's more meaning listen, he'll have his own platform and we'll know his name.
This guy.
No. Jacob. Let me in on here. Let me talk for a second. Tyron looks to be a player, and then Mike pops in right when I say this. The rest have no clue, don't follow college football. That's okay too, Mike. That's why you follow Bucs Report, and that's why you're a miscreant. And I will tell you any of these players you need to know. If you don't ever get to talk to Joshua Cole Allen all the time, that's fine. I am, a lower tier, obviously, than Joshua Cole Allen, but I do the draft coverages, not only for NFL, I do it for NBA and NHL, so stay tuned for when those happen as well. Do North Sports Dynasty. Pound that share button. That's right. Do it. As long as your wives or your husbands won't get mad at you for it. Josh will get a letter from the league offices saying his credentials will be voided due to tampering. Well, listen, if Joshua Cole Allen got a letter from the NFL stating anything to stop, I'm pretty sure he would put that on a frame and have that the first thing you see when it comes to the front door. They're like, you see that? Roger Goodell knows who the F I am.
Oh,
that's right. I would do the same thing. Let's talk about kicker we got. I mean, he's not bad. What was his name again? I gotta make sure I'm memorizing all of the players' names. I didn't get a chance to have the list of the undrafted free agents. But I think it's just another practice squad roster. We got Pinion and we got Suckup, just like Ray said in the offseason and in the playoffs, beg for the leg, and we got him here. It's not like this guy's going to come in and take over. It's not going to happen. It's just a practice squad. It's just in case anything happens. So Harry was great too. He was in awe of Josh's information. Hey, I would agree. And I'm also in awe of Harry's abilities to find the proper bets because I am not doing that great, but you don't stop. Hey, Matt. Done it. Spam sent. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Tim. We got try run to see if he fits. Good one. Hey, Matt. I see what you did there, and I'm impressed.
Nice.
Boo from Teresa, on the other hand. We're gonna assume that was maybe something to do with the show and not a shot at Matt, because we don't do shot at the Miss group. What we do is we're a nice inclusive group.
No, it was a shot. It was a shot.
Okay, it was a shot. Okay. Just
Yeah,
had
it was
some
clearly.
Oh,
clearly
I was going to say, you got the
right
wrong
over the
show.
bow.
We're always cutting on each other.
I was gonna say, yeah. See, we're an inclusive group that likes to do little shots at each other, and if, when anyone in the cheap seat were to come at us and stuff like that, that's where we're like, hey, Jacob will pay you off, and I don't want to hear anything. Sorry, Jacob. It's low hanging fruit for $5.99. It's expensive. I know it's there. It's just it adds to the comedy, and I love it. I'm sorry.
I'll say this, and I'm gonna do a reverse shot at you because you know what, Mr. Faubert, you have, you know what? Because I'm not of legal age.
That's true. That's true.
You have won my father based on your betting on your nice Twitter account, which everyone should go follow. You have won my father some nice cash. With your sports bets.
Have I actually?
You actually have.
Oh, okay. He got the good days then.
My dad like picks it. I tell him, and like I give him all of them. I screenshot literally all your picks, and I send him over to him, and he picks and chooses which one he wants, and then he'll pick the ones that hit, and it's so weird.
That's so good.
Oh,
that's so good because it's funny.
It's like
actually,
they say, Andrew, the rich keep getting richer.
Yeah, no. Hey, listen.
That can't be a new thing on here.
No. Listen. I literally have my books right here where all my lines that I've done the last little while. I'm just trying to find those lines, guys. Just trying to find those odds. Just trying to make you guys some money, just like Harry does.
Oh yeah.
The pirate ship goes boom. Listen, I cannot wait to be on that pirate ship when it goes boom. Trask Video tells me he could be a very nice looking player. He can be, guys. He can be. And like I said, please don't go on Twitter. Don't listen to all the haters. Like, we don't need to hate on all of our players anymore. We want a Super Bowl. We can actually, even if we don't win a Super Bowl this year, like, it's going to suck. But if we're going to make it to the playoffs and we're going to do some damage to a team, and if we lose to a team, that's the team that's probably going to win the Super Bowl. And that's the team that we're going to be coming back to get. So has the video stopped, or is it just me? How do you like our picks? Which one you like and which one you hate? That's a good question, actually. And we'll go around the horn here. We'll say the one that you like for the Bucs and the one that you don't like. I mean, and when we say we don't like the pick, we're not saying we hate the player or anything like that. Every Buccaneer that has come onto this team is included and brought in with open arms by at least our fan base. You can come up here and chill out with the cheap seats with us because we'll talk to you about anything and we'll include you in our little group here. But let's start around the horn. Jacob, give us one player that the Bucs got that you liked and one that you say didn't.
Not to be a casual, not to feel like a casual, but the one I love Joe Tryon. I loved that pick. I think he's a fantastic player. I didn't think you would actually go after him in the first round, but value or not, I hate when people say like, oh, value, because if there's a guy you want, you don't know if he's going to be available with the next pick.
That's true.
These guys aren't looking. These GMs aren't looking at ADPs and all that. Like, it's not realistic. Like, the Raiders are the only team that you can bash for where they're taking guys because Alex Leatherwood would have been there in the second round for them. But I loved the Tryon pick. I don't care where you got him, first round, second round, whatever. And on the flip side, I didn't like the Trask pick because I just didn't think. I mean, that's whatever. But I didn't think the Trask pick was necessary right now.
No, hey, that's fair. And that's what a lot of say Buccaneer fans think as well. And everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Just please, get off the hate train of him breaking his leg and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's the type of Twitter I absolutely hate to see.
I think he can be. I think he can be a good player. I just don't think that it was necessarily for the Bucs. I think.
No, I agree. Whoa. Rick Colson.
It's a great picture. That picture is awesome.
That is a great picture. I'm sure Rick is going to get this clipped. I mean, did Rick fly to Oklahoma to get me a hat? That's so nice of him. Matt, give me one player that you liked in this draft and one that you didn't.
You know what? I don't not like Tryon. It's like Teresa said. These are all reserve players. Doesn't matter first round, 5th round, 10th round. None of them are going to start. So he makes sense to me. I think I said this earlier, that he's got a chance to be like Shaq Barrett was in Denver. He can come in, learn some stuff. If he's that good, he'll shine eventually. JPP is not getting any younger. They're going to have to let him go next year, year after. Mm-hmm. And we need a refill. So this is the guy. The one that I didn't understand, and Rick kind of had to talk me down off the wall, was the 4th round trade up to get a special teams player. What? What the hell was that all about? That didn't make any sense to me at all. It's like, well, we're bored. We want to go to the bar, and they're about to, we're going to miss the Uber driver. So we don't get this over with. Let's move out. Boom. And there we go. We're done.
Yep.
It's just weird. And if it turns out to be Devin Hester, yahoo.
How many?
But I just don't understand why you trade up for a fourth rounder. It doesn't make any sense.
That's true. Sorry, Jacob, what were you saying?
How many players are special teams guys, and we say, "Oh, well, they might be Devin Hester." They're
Everybody.
never.
Every year you got one.
They're never.
It doesn't happen.
Well, not with the way that the league is built right now. Anyway, Steven, give me one that you liked and one that you didn't.
I kind of agree. I like the Tryon pick because, especially after watching him in his interview, and he seems very eager to learn, especially under JPP and Shaq and LBD and that. So I think he's going to be a good, especially in a supporting role, as you guys said. I completely agree with that. I don't understand why we moved up to get a special team, but as long as he's been a Mickens, I don't care. So I'm happy about that. The one I kind of agree with. I have to say I agree with Jacob. I'm a little concerned about is Kyle Trask. Not that I think he's bad or anything like that. I just don't know if he's actually even going to get an opportunity to play, to be honest. And I'm always leery of those kind of picks anyway. So especially like the quarterback, we'll see. We'll see how it works out.
Teresa, give me one that you like and one that you didn't, please.
Well, I don't really have any that I don't have a favorite because my whole philosophy throughout all the nights of the draft was in like I trust.
Yes.
However, I got to say, giggling, my preferred one is Stewart, the last pick of the draft, our Mr. Irrelevant. Because I would love to see us go to and win another Super Bowl with another Mr. Irrelevant.
I actually never thought of that. That's actually a really cool point there.
That's a good point.
And that would go to opposite of what I was going to say, but because for me, I do again. None of us here hate any of the players that got drafted. Obviously, we're just talking. And if we got asked a question by a fan, who do you like and which one do you hate? And hate is a strong word. We don't hate anyone. Obviously, we just say, which one wouldn't we have preferred? And for me, the one that I absolutely love, we will have different opinions, and that's the one thing I love about this show. I love the Trask pick. I really do. And I'll never put my Brady jerseys over there, but I'll never put a tape over the one on that jersey and call it a Trask jersey. I will buy my own Trask jersey, of course. My reasoning on it, eventually, like I said, I will write an article about it, which I'm probably going to do right after this, after I'm done my other two. Is Brady's our starter next year for sure. And then the year after that, more than likely, we're like 90 to 95% sure. The only things that would probably happen is you start seeing maybe that decline. I think that decline would probably happen in what I call the Peyton Manning 4th year, where the man won a damn Super Bowl for having 20 interceptions, for crying out loud, and 16 touchdowns, and did basically nothing until the playoffs. That's where I think you're going to start seeing that decline. And the one thing that is the benefit about Kyle Trask in this system is you're learning and you already know, like, you're not coming in to replace the GOAT right off the bat. So his mentality is already coming in. Like, I don't need to beat the GOAT. I just need to show the fan base now that when the GOAT is gone, we're still relevant. This is to, his mentality has to come in and be like, I want Mike Evans to still succeed. And I want Mike Evans to stay here for 20 years. And I want to be the reason that happens. I want to be the reason why Chris Godwin gets an extension and comes here and tears through the league and stuff like that with us. That also being said, we have Tyler Johnson and Scotty Miller that he's going to get a lot of reps with in practice, especially Tyler Johnson. And then that also being said, it's almost as if, and we don't know this yet, but Brian Leftwich or Todd Bowles even could have said, this is the quarterback that I can mold, say, on the backside without having to have the media be like, Mr. Todd Bowles, does that mean that you're going to be the quarterback or the coach going forward? Does this mean that Kyle Trask is your quarterback of the future? Would you say that you are going to be the reason why the Tampa Bay franchise is going to falter or succeed in this because of your second-round draft pick? That's not going to happen. And we're way past that now. Any of the media that starts doing that, we're going to pinpoint them and get them the heck out of here because we don't need that here anymore. This is a successful franchise, and Trask knows that. He just got to come in, ride the wave for a little bit. Even if Brady say we're to go down and we're not, hey, it ain't going to happen. But if something were to happen, one of these backups comes in. And then if that backup goes down, Ryan Griffin is going to get the start. And then Kyle Trask is going to have to go and put it on for the roster. The ones that I don't like, though, is basically all the players after the 5th round. I looked at it. The KJ Britt, I actually do like because he can come in like a Kevin Minter and produce like Nelson and this, that, and everything else, because we don't need anybody necessarily back there right now to act like they're going to replace Levante David. Let Levante David eat. Let Devin White eat. Let those two boys eat until this whole entire franchise that needs to, say, rebuild or the Brady area is kind of leaving. That's when you can start to really think about it. The only reason I don't like it is because these guys are coming in here with hopes that, oh my God, we're going to win a ring and I get to show these guys what I can do. And there's so much evidence out there by the media and the roster itself that supports that it's going to be very, very difficult for these guys to make the roster. Even these undrafted free agents, that one video that Joshua Cole Allen posted there of the one free agent and how excited he was. I just hate seeing obvious disappointment and stuff like that. But also at the same time, Bruce Arians does have 2 teams that he has in minicamp and training camp and this, that, and everything else. So it is checking out the talent. And I do like the fact that we still got 7 picks. It's just, Britt will probably get in. The returner there, Dayton will probably start. Our 3rd round pick is going to start looking really, really good once he starts getting in there with Stinney and stuff like that. That's Hainsey. Yeah, Hainsey. He's another rotational offensive player. That's basically just what we got. And it's just going to suck when we can't be able to have any of these, later round guys and undrafted free agents come in. Like, they're going to have fun. Hell, you pick me up as an undrafted free agent to go play in the minicamp for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Woo-wee! I would be the Johnny Manziel quarterback. I would just run everywhere because I can't throw that ball. Oh, my goodness. Just give me Mike Evans, please. So
I want to ask a quick question, if I might, Andrew.
Go ahead.
I'm going to defer to your expertise on this. So, and maybe you can help the fans who may be a little bit concerned about how I'm he's a tall, big, strong kid with a nice arm. But what would you say are the tangibles and the intangibles as to why we're going to be okay? First of all, when you said, well, Ryan Griffin's going to back him up, that really didn't help. But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Ryan Griffin do anything other than hold Brady up. That's all I've seen. I don't even know if he can throw a football. But so, I mean, I want to know what you think the positives are about Kyle Trask, and in turn, I know Jacob has some concerns. I would love to know what those concerns, why those concerns from Jacob.
So the concerns right off the bat, because I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, is the injuries. But you go to college and stuff like that, and you got that ankle injury, and I believe it had a leg injury, and it's kind of put him out from having an opportunity to have 2 full seasons of play. I mean, he lost the chance of playing with Felipe Franks, and he didn't really get the chance to showcase because of that injury. And even this year, you can see at times there was some naggingness at the beginning of the season and this, that, and everything else. And it's just the other thing too is when you're playing in the SEC and you only have 2 targets in Kadarius Toney and Kyle Pitts. I mean, it's 2 dang really good targets to have. I wouldn't be complaining too much either. But when you can roll with Alabama just based off of say those 2 guys and stuff like that, and you have no defense because Florida's defense just really atrocious. He's gonna have the pieces there. Whether all the other superstars, whether we have to lose Evans and Godwin, and I'm not hoping this at all, but obviously there's scenarios out there where things can happen later on down the road. And I'm not trying to freak out any fans here, obviously. I'm just saying there's scenarios down the road that may happen. Evans may win 3 rings here in a row and be like, hey guys, it'd be really cool if we could you send me somewhere else now where I can just make a little bit of money and stuff like that? That can easily happen once you start winning enough. I mean, look what happened with Brady. He won 6 championships, and he's like, I want to go somewhere else where I have a say. So that's what happened. Now, the good thing about the good thing about Kyle Trask there, Steven, like the good things is he looks like Tom Brady should have if Tom Brady would have been able to start a little bit more in college as well. Is his developmentals are already kind of there. He does have a strong arm. He does have a good look. He's a little weird in the pocket at some points and stuff like that. But that's what Rick has said before, and everybody else has talked about. Jacob has talked about it, and Joss has talked about it. Sometimes quarterbacks just don't have enough time to develop in a certain situation, and sometimes quarterbacks are just drafted to the wrong situation. And I think Kyle Trask was probably drafted to the best situation he could have ever asked for. He could be going to some other team and be a backup right off the bat and then thrown in. Everyone would be like, see, that's why you don't draft a Florida quarterback. At least in this case, he gets a chance to fix his injuries, fix his intangibles, fix everything that, put him to be a 2nd-round pick. And got him, very close to a Heisman and then fell off. He has a chance to fix those. And that's what I think is going to be beneficial. But the concerns that the fans have are correct. It's a Florida quarterback and he's got injuries and and it makes for really bad memes when you could call him Kyle Trash. Like listen, I named my kids the way I named my kids so that they wouldn't get picked on. I totally understand this as well. Going back to the fans, just you, not just you. Steven said, so excited for the Bucs. Ging to go out and come back in. Oh, I see. I stalled here, but came back. Miss Green forever, but we Parrots too. That's right. Hop up for the draft. Click for the draft. Parrot Army in the house. A lot of thumbs up. A-. Was that for me? Like, is this like appreciation? Oh,
it was a draft grade.
I see. I was like, is this like the whole gladiator? Like,
not everything about you, Andrew.
Get him out of here. Listen, I'm just looking for approval, okay? I know there was a little spot here where Rick got kicked out, and all of a sudden I'm on screen, and people are probably like, "What the heck is this?" I say, did we draft?
We love you.
We
bro.
did.
You doing?
We did. Or
job.
sorry, we didn't. Thank you, Steven.
We didn't draft a kicker. We signed a UFA.
Yeah, undrafted free agent there. Yeah, we didn't draft one. Yeah, there we go. I should just let the fans and might be disappointed for a minute, but if they learn and are ready to go in, if they are called, they'll be better. And if we go to the Super Bowl and win again, they will all be just fine with it. Hey, if I got a ring and they were just like, hey, the janitor gets a ring for the Raymond James Stadium, I'm down. I will clean so many toilets for you guys. I don't care. Griffin will never see the.
Well, I know the security guards get one.
Yes, and that, hey, props to them because they earned that for sure. Especially,
they can't pawn them for as much though. If it says administrative, it's not worth it.
Which is totally okay. If I could even just have a replica
on it, but who cares? It's not worth as much as Brady.
Yeah, exactly. Making $95K to be Brady's security guy. Hey, wouldn't you want to pay someone $1 million to be Brady's security? He doesn't know the town of Tampa just yet.
I would. Oh my god.
Right? The Lions game, Gabbert played the whole second half. It's because it was the Lions.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
poor Lions.
That's what I was trying to remember earlier. They didn't call on Griffin. They called on the guy they're going to let go, which is crazy.
Yeah, and
Yep.
that's the thing that concerns me.
What's that?
That we're going to get to a point where we need to have
called
Brady on the sideline
and not Griffin.
Yeah.
So, see, most teams do have like what I would say is like an emergency type of quarterback in, right? Like the Carolina Panthers still have the XFL player on the roster, and he even got to see some time as well there.
He played well in his first game, I remember.
Yes, he did. He threw an interception, but I mean, like, dude, you were starting and tearing it up in the XFL. You want to throw 3 picks when you get a chance and you actually throw a touchdown as well? That's better than anyone would have expected. That's like Warren Moon coming up and playing in the snow and winning 6 Grey Cups in a row. Thank you very much. No one expected that. It was awesome, though, and I wasn't even born. I was sitting somewhere else that people know exactly where I was sitting. Trevor Lawrence is basically guaranteed to lose his first game in a no one is there is no guarantees. Guys.
Why is that?
Well, he hasn't lost. I think he hasn't lost a game in his college or high school career. He's guaranteed to lose his first game during the regular season, not his first regular season game.
Yeah, he's not going to go undefeated.
No,
yeah, right.
The Jags are not going undefeated, but also remember the Jags had one win last year, and that win came in week 1
when nobody had any film on them.
It did, and then they broke my heart.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, they did. The Bucs Report Eye is watching those who share the show the most. We pick a random show each week and reward the person who shares the show the most. Thank you for all your support. And if you win, you get your own show on Bucs Report called The Cheap Seat.
And that's what happened here. You don't even know who this ginger guy is.
I did it. That happened with Gronk. Aaron, that's true, actually, too, Josh. Aaron Rodgers is in jeopardy in 2 different careers. I mean, the 49ers offered, and Green Bay screwed up, in my opinion. We got stalkers. One way to force that hand is to retire for a year, let the money come off the books, and then unretire the next year when they aren't able to absorb his contract and have to trade him. See, I would agree. The only thing that sucks is, he's so old, and I mean that in respect, of course, but he's old enough that it would really hurt him getting an extension later on or getting any real money. They could just throw around his contract and it'd all be based off of performances and stuff like that anywhere he goes if they really wanted to play
like
that.
Brady.
Yeah. If they really wanted to play that game.
If Green Bay was smart, they would trade Aaron Rodgers for a boatload of picks, future picks, and just get. I mean, give him to Denver. Denver wants him.
Well, that's what I was going to say. There is 2 to 3 teams out there that are basically ready for that quarterback. Go ahead, Jacob.
I say the Raiders are. If you're the Packers, I'm looking to give them to the Raiders because then you can get Derek Carr in return and you can get a solid temporary quarterback to have while you're looking for an Aaron Rodgers replacement. But what I cannot stop.
That's a great point. That's a good point.
What I cannot stop thinking about is the AFC West if Aaron Rodgers gets traded there because that would mean Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, and whatever quarterback is playing for the Broncos. But man,
worst case scenario, and this is going to sound so bad. I mean, let's in hypothetical land right now, let's just say that, everything that's happening with Deshaun Watson has been cleared up and, it's all a misconception on, say, both ends and stuff like that, right? And he actually does get traded away from Houston because obviously they've done everything in their part to make it look like he's gone. You could easily see, say, like Deshaun Watson traded to the Raiders, for example, right? And then Aaron Rodgers traded to the Broncos. And then all of a sudden, like Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes' developments and even Deshaun Watson's all fall on if Aaron Rodgers really just wants to share the wealth. Because if we're talking in that hypothetical land, the receivers and the offense that the Broncos have mixed in with the type of defense that they got, which is basically like ours. I think that would be too much for the Chiefs in the regular season and in the playoffs. I think Rodgers would just have a heyday.
I don't know. The Chiefs drafted a bunch of
Go ahead.
trenches.
Go ahead.
They showed a graphic last night about.
Oh, did I lose you there, Matt? You still there?
And it looks to me like, I kind of faded out. I don't know what's going on with my internet.
That's okay. You're still there. Go ahead, buddy.
Pinwheeling, but completely lost my train of thought. They got Kyle Long and they got another guy in Orlando, somebody or other. Anyway, they got 4 veterans in to put in Kansas City. And then they draft. I don't know if Kansas City is going to be as easy to work on like it were last year, because they had a really bad offensive line by the time we got them in the Super Bowl. They were playing B positions, and that's why we look so good. I hate to say it, but that's why our defense was in there all the time. So
and now, go ahead, Jacob, and then I'll make a point on that.
Man, and then if Deshaun Watson goes to the Broncos and Aaron Rodgers goes to the, oh my God.
Yeah, or either or. Yeah. The one thing that, like, you do make a point there, Matt, because obviously, like, when we look back at it now, like, Patrick there was 6 or 7 throws that he should not have even been able to get off, and he almost completed them. It was either the wide receiver being like, "Oh my God, I didn't even think that ball was coming," or something.
Hit a guy in the face.
Yep.
He hit one guy in the face.
Two guys.
He was sideways.
Yep.
He looked like Derek Jeter on the damn double play ball.
Yep.
And then he hit the dude right in the face, and he's like, "How the hell did that ball come to me?" He had no idea it was going to get there.
And now
But
they
it's
went.
not funny.
They went in the offseason and they literally got they got way better on the offensive line, like way extremely better. Like, they got arguably one of the top 5 guards in the league. They went and grabbed a center and another lineman in the draft that should not have been there for them either, in Trey Smith and Creed Humphreys. And then you got Kyle Long coming out there, which is basically going to teach these kids how to be appropriate. So like the Kansas did really good addressing that offensive line. But
I think they're going to do a little bit better this year than they did last year in that regard. And if that's all it takes is to keep him from being mauled, I mean, hell, Mahomes at the end of that game had turf toe. He had twisted ankles. Everything about him was all messed up. We pretzeled him so bad there in the fourth quarter. I felt bad for the kid.
Yeah, but I mean,
I got over it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Hey,
Teresa.
Steven, you are lucky Teresa appreciates it, I think. Hey, Steven. Everyone has time to make fun of Canada. Let's say that again, Teresa.
I said I'm used to it.
Okay, good. Can we have the link, Rick? No, Eric, because Rick is fired. So now you have to ask me for the link. I don't even know where you are anymore.
He's down in Florida. He's in Tampa area.
Oh, okay. Hard to when you neutered and locked in the apartment all day. What happened? Oh, I'm assuming this is where.
That's where you took over.
Wait, that's my favorite one.
This is the funny looking at all these reactions. Oh, it's really not though. Like, I really want to leave my house. Okay. Like, I don't want to just drive an hour and 10 minutes to work every single day and then come home and stay in my house. And there's literally, you do understand there's cops outside of everyone's door, right? Like, there's one cop per house.
Are they really
your house?
That?
I'm just kidding. We don't have that.
Hope not.
That's in Quebec.
Every store around here that you go into has a sign at the front door saying, "Be kind to your neighbor and wear a mask. City ordinance, blah, blah, blah." And you walk in and everybody in the store don't have a mask on, including the people who work there. So,
hey, listen, I will say, like I've always said, it's just like politics and religion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion and stuff like that. A little different, obviously, when we're in a pandemic, but I obviously know everybody's rights, whether it's in Canada or the United States. I would just hope everybody would be kind to their neighbors and stuff like that and try to prevent this and do anything that we possibly can. Wear a mask, wash your hands, play in the dirt with your kids so that they can, get some sort of, the little germs and stuff that they need so that, when all this is said and done, we can go back to normal.
Everyone can have their own opinion unless their opinion is wrong. But
see, what makes an opinion wrong?
If it's not mine. If it's not...
Wow. Well, that's pretty to the point.
You're going to grow out of that eventually.
Oh boy.
I love this. I love this by Josh. Faubert is the new host. Yeah. Later, Rick. Yeah, I'm out of here too. It's funny because I saw the viewership when that happened, and I like popped it. I was like, "Well, this is weird." And then as soon as I said, "I'm your new host," everyone was like, "Where's the exit? Get me the Rick. When are you coming on? Is this a joke? I don't. What the hell?"
Oh my god.
Hello.
Taylor Allen, thank you very much for watching.
That's Josh's wife, right?
That's Joshua's wife. Yes, she is.
sent me a friend request, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm not getting involved in another one of those."
Another one, Matt? What
Yeah,
the
I
hell?
get one every week or two. So I was like, "No, I don't know who she is."
Do I have a cat? I do. Her name is Arwen, and I love her to death, and she apparently loves me too much to death because she likes to spray everything and have it smell like her.
You gotta get that cut out.
That's May.
You can't do that.
May, yeah, she's getting that on Star Wars Day. And it's
Good for
not
you.
cheap up here, okay? It's not.
May the 4th. Yeah, baby.
I like to think about how many, like, we're all from America. How many, like, if we go back, how many, like, offhand, like, comments does Faubert make about other Canadian cities that we just don't understand? like subtle shots at, like, Quebec and Toronto.
Don't bring that up. Don't bring that up. I will take a lot of shots at the French. Yes, Teresa.
Andrew, you've got someone named Eric that's desperately trying to get on. He wants to ask Jacob a question.
Is he at the bottom? Is he at the bottom in the comments there?
Yeah.
Okay, give me one.
That's Eric Marino.
Is it Eric Marino? Okay.
It is.
Hi, Eric.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I will have to copy this StreamYard link. I will have to click out. I will have to paste it. I will have to send it in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to wait until literally the moose can send enough internet over to the next igloo, which sends a ping out to the States, and it charges me $112. So it's in the chat there. We're going to get through some of these comments first because we only got a couple minutes here, and then we're going to get up because it's like 2.5 hours.
Getting past my bedtime.
Yeah. So welcome, Andrew. I appreciate
right here.
I appreciate everybody. North Sports Dynasty has taken over the cheap sheets. It was a hostile takeover. It wasn't that hostile, but it was, as Parentera would say, being hostile.
It's the Sunday night. It's the Sunday night war. It's like the Monday night wars, but it's not that.
Joshua is literally going to be the death of me with this chugging of maple syrup. Like, but here's the thing: he came in hot with the shot. Like, now I'm going to have to. Like, if he was just like, do it, I'd be like,
it was really bourbon. He didn't show you that.
Yeah.
How
That
bad
was
is it though that he came in here? He came in here, took a
That was
shit
some-
of maple syrup, and then got out.
that was some
because he's
thick
he's
syrup,
bouncing
though.
off the walls right now.
Why Rick need to watch? Welcome aboard. What time is you chugging? Thumbs up, thumbs down if you want Andrew to chug an entire bottle. Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh gosh, no. I'm getting a custom made. See, with the name and plain white trash. Yeah, yeah, I like that. No.
White trash.
No, there's too many thumbs up. We need thumbs down. He will succeed in the NFL, but he was a quarterback drafted after the Fields, Trubisky, Glennon. A couple more here, and then we'll get Eric. And watching Teresa is like watching a mini Vanilli concert, and the audio went.
What?
what?
Listen, Jacob, if you first of all, let's see if the kid will know. Do you happen to know what Milli Vanilli is famous for, Jacob?
I cannot say I do, Andrew.
Okay, I just wanted to try and give you a little bit of, just to see. Okay, you're 17, I'm 30, so I was right on that cusp where it's like you either should know or you shouldn't know. Milli Vanilli was a group that got famous and won some awards for lip singing.
Yeah, they got like 3 Grammys that year. And
Misador is rude.
That's us.
Hey,
Up in Canada, they probably do
you
have-
watching Misador? That's my Teresa over there, buddy. You watch.
Listen, Teresa, we take shots of maple syrup straight from a maple tree before every major party and major family gatherings and stuff. Like, we have a tap and we just walk over and we go roast and we pull the thing and we got to wait. And it's really, yeah.
He just eats the leaf.
Danny wonderful. All right, let's get Eric in here while we get some of these comments going. Hello, Eric. How are we doing?
What's going on, guys?
Not too much. I am your new host of the Cheap Seats.
Congrats, Andrew. North
Thank
Coast
you.
Dynasty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You had a question for Jacob. Why don't you go ahead?
Actually, I'm gonna go one by one. Hey, Andrew. So, any chance Aaron Rodgers did not play his last game against the Bucs in Green Bay?
So basically, you're asking like, is he done in Green Bay or isn't he done in Green Bay? Right?
Yeah. Is there any way he doesn't not? Is there any way he goes back to the Packers, or is there any chance he plays a game with the Packers?
I don't, but there is a scenario where he does, and there's a major problem if he does. Brady came to our organization in hopes to win a championship, and kind of knew on the back end if he does that, he may get some ownership or maybe be able to take his steps into the president of operations or something like that later on, right? We all kind of knew that as well. If Aaron Rodgers were to go back to the Green Bay Packers, that's because he said Gunther Kuntz or whatever his name is gone. And if he gets to control that type of stuff, then we have a major issue. Because then he's only got 3 years left with the Packers organization. And the Packers organization doesn't listen to players. They've had Bart Starr and they've had Brett Favre, and they drafted Aaron Rodgers, and it pissed off Brett Favre, and yet he still gave him 3 years. So in the grand scheme of things, I do think Aaron Rodgers has played his last game as a Green Bay Packer, because I do think he's just going to retire if he doesn't get his way now. What about you, Jacob? We'll go around Jacob, Matt, Steven.
All right, yeah, I think Andrew, I figured with you. I think the only way that Aaron Rodgers plays another year with the Green Bay Packers is if Brian Gutekunst gets fired.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that they. Yeah, and I think what a lot of people don't realize is them drafting a corner in this year's draft helps Aaron Rodgers more than you think it does, because that offense was ranked number 1 in the league last year without any of these weapons, without another offensive weapon besides Devontae Adams, and we'll say a receiver because they had Aaron Jones, of course. But man, that defense, no one can say with a straight face that the Packers lost that game against the Bucs because of their offense, because realistically they didn't. Right? Kevin King was getting burned by Scotty Miller every single play, and that defense, they couldn't get to Brady. They couldn't do anything against him. They drafted another corner. They could have gotten another edge rusher. They got Amari Rodgers in the 3rd round, so they got him another receiver. They're doing everything they can to keep Aaron Rodgers around, or at least they should. I, for one, cannot understand. I half understand where Aaron Rodgers is coming from. This is no longer a matter of a contract dispute or them not getting him weapons. He's unhappy with the management in Green Bay and how they're treating him. He wants to feel like the main piece of the puzzle, and I do not think they're treating him like that. And it's the reason why you see Tom Brady winning Super Bowls and Aaron Rodgers not winning Super Bowls is the difference in their leadership and their teamwork. Right? Tom Brady never feels like the focal point of a team. Right? He's always there, but you look at the Bucs and Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, all these guys, they really stood out. This offensive line, this defense. About Green Bay, everything is about how Aaron Rodgers is playing all the time. It's Aaron Rodgers. What he needs to do is he needs to be more for the team instead of for himself. So to answer, the only way I think that Aaron Rodgers stays happy, because he's quite egotistical, is if Brian Gutekunst gets fired and they actually listen to him.
Yeah, that's true. Matt, what do you think?
Everything he just said. I think that honestly, I don't think Aaron Rodgers won't play football somewhere this year. I think he's not gonna grunk and go play Jeopardy for a year. First of all, Jeopardy isn't built like that. They've had one host my entire life. And so they're that, and like Wheel of Fortune, and you watch those primetime game shows, they're not looking for a guy that's going to do one season. They want somebody that's going to be there for the rest of their, while they're breathing. And the deal with Green Bay drafted everything that he was complaining about. They were even saying that in the show yesterday, in the 5th round, 6th round. You look at everybody that Green Bay picked up, it was to try to appease any discrepancy that Aaron Rodgers saw in the lineup. They're all going to be rookies, but he's done better with much less than having some of the guys that he got picked up over the offseason here. And I don't see him walking away and saying, that's it, I'm done. And that isn't going to happen. So he could end up, though, like you say, out in the AFC West. I think that would be cool, what you were talking about. I think trading him for Derek Carr would be the smartest thing that the Green Bay could do. And John Gruden would love him for at least half a season. And then he'll turn him into, like he does everybody else, and start complaining about the quarterback. So you got to watch where you say the grass is greener, and understand leaving doesn't mean it's always better.
No.
So anyway,
Matt, I know you got to go. So why don't you say tell everybody where they can find you and all that kind of stuff?
At exit 187 on I-40 westbound Oklahoma City. I can meet you at the Buffalo Wild Wings, and we'll get a couple of beers and watch a game if you ever come to town. Just look me up.
I don't drink, but that's
social stuff. So
that's fair. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for coming on.
It was fun tonight. We're gonna have a good time with this.
Oh yeah, we are, buddy.
I think you did a great job tonight. I just want to let you know it was enjoyable. See you later, Teresa. Hope things go well for you. And Steven, have a good night. Eric, you guys all have a good night. I'll see you next week.
Later, Matt. Take care, buddy.
Later on.
Take her easy, buddy. So, Steven and Teresa, just a quick yes or no. Do you think Brady will be here, or do you think Rodgers will still be a Packer?
I don't think Rodgers will be. No, I think everything that Jacob said is true, and the main thing, the reason why Rodgers hasn't won more Super Bowls, or even close with many Super Bowls as Brady, is because he's not Tom Brady. That's the problem. True. Everywhere Brady goes, former team members, current team members love him. They have nothing bad to say about him. The same can't be said of Rodgers, and that's his problem.
So getting through some more of these comments here. Truth be told, the trash pick, I literally yelled, effing Mond is on the board, but we have to trust in light. That's the thing. And the one thing I'll tell you, Misador, Kellen Mond is, I think, the best suited place for him was Minnesota, because they had a quarterback in there before that had some success, and that looks very, very similar to Kellen Mond, and that name was Dante Culpepper, and he is going to succeed when Kirk Cousins is done. So just, I know it kind of sucks that we didn't get him, but he's a gunslinger, and I think Minnesota has kind of been born for a gunslinger that may take him over the hump. The best quarterback out of UF is Rex Grossman, and I'd rather step in cow poop barefoot than watch him play. You're not wrong. Well, sorry, Charlie Ward played for FSU, and he went into the NBA after college. It's true. Danny Awful. Rick showed it earlier. The video there. Yep, the pass is the pass. The kid has a chance to grow before he has to jump in. I think he will be ready when he's called on. As long as it's not too soon and they put him in at the right time, I think so. The boys in the attic. Andrew, take the tour. I got to get on the ship during the tour. I'm going to have to. Yeah, me and the kids and the fiance are definitely going to be taking that tour when we can actually get down there. Your savior 5 months ago. What's that, Teresa?
I'll see you guys later. I probably won't be on next weekend, but I'll be on short after that.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in, Teresa. It's always a pleasure having you on. Thank you for being one of these miscreants, and thank you for having me as your next host.
Bye, Teresa.
Absolutely excited.
Bye, guys. Teresa, take care.
Have a good one, Teresa.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, Eric.
Hey, Jacob. The Bucs are going to the Jets, or the Jets coming down here? Down here in Tampa.
The Bucs are coming up to me up here in Jersey.
Yeah.
Are you going up? Are you going to the game?
110% I will be at that game.
Speaking of the Jets, when the Jets traded Jacob, almost had a heart attack. Like I said, that was a cool video, especially because, that was a good reaction because I know you wanted him. Chugged maple syrup? Yes, he did. The name of the show would be A Shot of Maple Syrup.
I like that. I actually really like that.
A Shot of Syrup. How about everyone give a Buccaneers grade for the draft? We did that earlier. I'm sure the syrup helped with his voice. Josh was killing it at karaoke last night.
Taylor, take a video next time. I'll premiere it on my show.
Did that earlier on the show. Yeah, Jacob Turnell, that was dope. Very Californian of you. The Steelers get their next Le'Veon Bell with Najee Harris. More like they got their next Jerome Bettis, if you want to go that far. Jerome Bettis actually hit pretty damn hard. So solid B. JCA, blame it on syrup. We Americans bring the inches. Oh, we bring the millimeters, though, here in Canada. We get the tinies. We're very tinies. We're sorry. Rather take a shot at QB in the second round than a kicker. Can't go wrong with that. I can feel his heart pounding from the video, right? Yeah, Jacob, that was a lot of emotion in that video. If he's working for the Jets, he can stay where he's at. Andrew, we are finally going to get a good look at the whiteboard. Eventually. Like a quick there. That's how the whiteboard is right now over there. It's a lot of writing. It's notes that doesn't make any sense until, if you really break it down. We can't get the roads clear either. Yeah. That's four-wheel drive, not four-wheel stop. What's worse is those transplanted to here from up north. Then they don't need to slow down because they have driven in the winter before they had people actually eating the roads. Yeah, some Canadians get a little rude, I will admit. Northern state people. Yes, Jacob.
Can I throw out something? Because I heard. Well, I want to bring it up when we were talking about the Kellen Mond stuff, but am I crazy? And I know, like Bucs fans, you might be upset that you didn't get Mond instead of Trask, but am I crazy to think that the Bucs aren't even a team that needs to be developing a quarterback right now? I think that they're in a position where once Brady leaves, with the contracts that they have right now and the amount of time that they have everybody locked up, that even once Brady leaves, you bring in another veteran guy and then you can start developing a quarterback.
That is a good take. The only reason I would say push back against it is because the Brady situation was like a once in a lifetime opportunity for the Glaziers and the coaching staff that we have here. We don't necessarily know which good veteran would possibly be available after that. I would like to hope that what's like a 33-year-old quarterback that's not too bad right now. I can't even think of any. Like if you mean to tell me like afterwards, what's that?
Nick Foles?
No, Nick Foles is going to start falling from grace here soon.
Aaron Rodgers,
Ryan Fitzpatrick,
Get out of here.
Matt Ryan,
Get out of here.
I know. I just wanted to do that for you, but yeah, Matt Fitzpatrick. Sorry, say that again.
Matt Ryan, I think could definitely be a good
Matt
option.
Ryan. Listen, I don't necessarily hate Matt Ryan. I just it's the mentality of
into
losing. He wouldn't get traded. He'd be a free agent at that point anyway.
Or just
Jimmy G.
The miscreants are for the most part here, so that's good. It's not wrong.
Jimmy G, no. Nope.
Jacob Charnell, all I was doing was eating my Skittles, and bam, the Jets traded up 9 spots.
That's a quote from my life, actually. That's a quote.
I want that on a shirt. Yeah, darn, yeah. More full bear, more better. From a Seminole Buccaneer, I appreciate that. Me and Seminole fans don't usually get along because Gators are just better. The super straight guy seems like he's the most interested in the Canadian wearing dresses. I mean, if Steven told me he wore dresses, I'd be pretty interested in that damn thing too. I'd want that video.
Oh yeah. You're not gonna hear that come out of my mouth.
No. What's up, Eric?
I gotta go, guys. You guys have a good night.
Thank you for popping in, Eric.
Andrew.
Have yourself a good one there, buddy. Whoops, I got him out just a little too soon. My apologies there, Eric. We are almost done the comments. We're almost done for the night here, guys. Shout out Red Wings, great. Pavel Datsyuk. Yes, that's my beautiful Pavel Datsyuk jersey. I'm a diehard Red Wings fan. Oh, you're there, Jake? What's up?
I'm gonna just say pop out real quick with you guys, but I'm gonna let you and Jacob have the wrap up for the show here, Andrew. But awesome job. I just want to say fantastic job on your first time out live from the cheap seats. Really excited for you, brother, and look forward to seeing you again.
Buddy, thank you. This was a long one. I appreciate you sticking in with me here, Steven. So
you guys were great. Jacob, awesome job again. Congrats to the Jets. And
thanks,
great video, brother. Take care.
Yeah, right. Thanks again, Steven. Your package will be sent off to you pretty darn soon here too. We just obviously had some issues with prices. I had to wait till the currency went down.
Not a problem. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you.
Have a good one. We'll see you next weekend.
Hey, Steven.
All righty. We only got a couple more comments here. Jacob, you willing to stay?
Absolutely. I got all the time in the world.
Right on. What time is it on that side? Dang.
It's 11:15 over here.
There you go. Misador, I hate the way it squeezes between the toes. I'm so excited to have Trask on my team. We are too, Tanya. Everyone gets a ring. That's true. You're going to get a ring. They're going to get a ring. Everyone's going to get a ring. Mahomes won't be able to do much because he will get injured. Ooh, but here's the thing: we don't hope injuries on any teams, of course,
Exactly.
because we don't want the fan bases hoping injuries on any of our players, of course.
You can't. Here's what else. You can't say that. Okay, you can't wish injuries on anybody. But what I did. So last year when Burrow was drafted, here's what I said, and I said the same thing for Lawrence this year. Unless they get him an offensive line, he is going to get hit a ton.
Yep.
And so that's and not in the home situation because they loaded up on that offensive line. No, we were all like, haha, look, why would they get rid of their 2 Pro Bowl tackles? And then they were like, they flipped this off and got younger, better players.
Kept doing
it. But yeah, like Burrow and Lawrence, like they need to get them offensive lines, or else you can assume that they're going to get hit, and it's never good when you get hit.
And then, yes, you could assume that they are going to get injured and stuff like that. Mahomes, on the other hand, with that offensive line, unless it's like a bad case scenario, like the Tove turn and stuff like that, it's not going to happen. Can I come on, Andrew? Send me the link. We got you there. You're at the bottom there. Need to ask Jacob something. The Florida governor mandated no mask orders in Florida. However, a private business can still make you wear one if they want. And that's totally okay with the business owners. And you got it. And that's the thing is, even though I'm Canadian and stuff like that, it goes with anybody like across the world. This pandemic sucks, guys. We don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to hurt the small businesses and stuff like that. We don't want to give a hard time to any of the waitresses or waiters or cook staff or anything like that. If they come up to you and they're wearing a mask, if anything, if you look, just get a little tiny for a minute. If you look to the way that we were before, people, wearing masks and stuff like that happens in countries where you got smog and this, that, and everything else, and you got to walk around and stuff like that. It happens. At least this way now, if people want to wear it and stuff like that, we don't have to worry about any of their germs getting on us. Isn't that kind of okay? And we don't have to care about anybody doing what they do. If wearing a mask harms you, don't wear a mask. That's your right. But that doesn't stop another person wanting to prevent, if they have any germs or something like that, from infecting you. So,
JBR, just be respectful.
Be respectful. And like I'm not a very religious person, but treat others as you would have them treat you and stuff like that. It's just common courtesy.
Absolutely.
Andrew, can I come on? Send me the link. Oh, you change your profile real quick.
There's
the StreamYard link, and then we go down. The grass is greener. You have water. You have to water your own grass. That is true. And Rodgers is selfish and cocky. He's a man. And he's an I man, and there's no I in team. True. And the only pushback I would give on that, Christopher Cole, is he is an I man, but Brady kind of was too, but he didn't have to say it. Belichick was just going to build the team around him and this, that, and everything else. Obviously, there was some things that he wanted, and he wasn't going to get it. And it goes into certain mentalities, whether this side or this side. There's people who are free allowed to, grow and be whatever they want. And there's people who are like, no, you have to do your schools and stuff like that. And you sometimes see what, comes out the other end. And most of the time you're going to get Rodgers and Brady. So it is what it is. Jacob, I am going to wrap this up here a little bit and all that kind of fun stuff. And I want to appreciate you for coming on randomly. I didn't even know you were coming on, so I appreciate that. You want to tell everybody where they can find you, when they can find you, and why they can find you.
Oh, yeah. All right. First of all, we'll say, so this Tuesday, you can always check out the Hard Count Football Podcast live, which is Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Bucs Report. Tomorrow, we're going to see how I feel, because tomorrow I am getting my second COVID shot, and that means, and I have no idea how the side effects work, and we're going to see how I feel on Tuesday, but I'll be rocking the show as always. Come follow me on Twitter at Jacob Charno, Instagram at Hard Count Football. Andrew, man, I appreciate you letting me come on here, spread some football knowledge, talk to the gang, and talk to you. You killed it, as always. I'd love to see you on here more. You're always welcome on my show every single week. You know that. Even post-draft, we have a ton to talk about. We're always rocking it out. But, man, like I said, appreciate you having me on. Guys, come check me out. I'll see you all very, very soon, I'm sure.
Yes, thank you again, Jacob, for tuning in and being a part of this show tonight. You have yourself a good one, buddy, and I'll be seeing you on Tuesday.
Talk to you soon.
Boom. All righty, fans. To the rest of you, it's just me and you now. Christopher Cole brought one in there right at the end. I meant he can't keep playing that style of play. I see what you're saying. And it's true. I think Rodgers' style of play has been a little bit more based off of the lack of, say, elite talent that he's had around him. I mean, you can have Devontae Adams all you want, and you can have some of these running backs all you want, but if those are the only two things that a defense has to really care about and cover, it's pretty easy if you ask me. So, guys, we almost went 3 hours here today. I mean, like, we fired Rick, and it wasn't my doing. I apologize to anybody. It's, hey, listen. All the negotiations were awesome. I am not getting, any help from Rick. No, I'm just kidding. Rick helped a lot. This is Rick's show, and I'm going to honor everything that Rick has ever done on this show. Add a little bit of the Canadian flair, add a little bit of the knowledge that I can bring into this, guys, and give Rick a break. He like 4 different platforms that he was on, 4 different shows. He's flying down to Tampa in the middle of a pandemic to, put on a live show for the draft and then fly back. Guy's been kicking some major ass, and that's my first strike. No, second strike. So that's a good thing I'm leaving anyway, right? So thank you to all the fans. I'm going to be here every Sunday night for you guys until they either fire me or until, they basically fire me. That's the only way I'm leaving. Or if they decide, we have a better host for you. At that point, I would challenge them to a fight of radio proportions. So thank you all. Thank you all. Yeah. See, I'm almost 3 hours in. I can't even talk. Thank you all so much for tuning in for my first show every Sunday now from the cheap seats. You're going to see this beard, and I know he's got something for me here. Boom. See that? The cheap seats with the beard. Oh, I can't wait to post that. Oh, it's going to be awesome. I want to thank Rick for making that logo. I want to thank, again, all of you fans. You guys are amazing. I cannot wait to talk to you guys. I think they picked the right person for this job, for this position, because even if I was given good seats by all of you or bought or whatever, I wouldn't. I think my first ever experience at Raymond James is and forever will be at the cheap seats, because that's just obviously where I would be enjoying you guys. And it seems to be the only thing I could afford right now. Because, man, when those tickets were like $25 and now they're like $250, you obviously know something is cooping up. And right now, what's stirring up is this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. We going for 2. Thank you all again for tuning in. Like, follow, share. Follow me here at Bucs Report. I'm also at northsports.com. I do a lot of fantasy football and mock drafts for all sports, all of them. Obviously, football is done, so I'll be going into the NBA and the NHL coming up. So if you're fans of those, you can tune in there. If you're looking for fantasy football help, I will be able to assist you. Joshua Cole Allen is another guy that I know he's going to start popping in and giving you some fantasy help. So all you got to do is follow here at bucksreport.com and northsportsdynasty.com, where you will get all of the best content for that. And for all of your best Tampa Bay Buccaneer content, keep it here at bucksreport.com, because you got me and everybody else of the gang giving you all of the breaking news, all the Tampa Bay Buccaneer stuff that you need to know. And we ain't going nowhere. We're just going to keep it rolling. Thank you again. Have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you on Sundays.